This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. Super Bowl 60 around the corner. The Patriots and the Seahawks in Santa Clara. The offseason in the NFL underway for everyone else. Former Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is joining the Rams coaching staff, helped quarterback Jaden Daniels to the Offensive Rookie of the Year award in 2024, and helped Washington reach the NFC title game last year. Jim Schwartz resigning as Browns defensive coordinator today, was passed over for the head coaching job in favor of Todd Monken, and Schwartz now likely to sit out the 2026 season. Since 2023, Cleveland has allowed the fewest yards in the NFL. In hockey, Penn State hockey star Gavin McKenna will have his felony aggravated assault charge dropped. The Center County District Attorney's Office announcing today McKenna the consensus first overall pick in this June's NHL draft. In the NBA, Lakers star Luka Doncic not feared to have a serious hamstring injury after going down. He is doubtful to play tomorrow night against the Warriors.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming on Monday, we'll recap everything from Super Bowl 60, the game, the commercials, and, of course, Bad Bunny's halftime show. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We are live from Radio Row, Super Bowl 60, final day, and 3 full hours staring you straight in the face with a ton of good stuff to get to. Former New Orleans Saint Roman Harper will be here. Michelle Smallmon, Jordan Palmer, quarterback guru, will be here. Brian Jones, Dan Dakich, Dave Meltzer. We have got a ton to do, but let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Well, maybe there was a little bit of apprehension after what happened with Bill Belichick last week, not getting into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, wanting to be really sure, but all is right with the world. Drew Brees, a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is how it sounded Thursday night at NFL Honors.
20 seasons, 13 Pro Bowls, and the second most passing yards, completions, and touchdowns in NFL history. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Hall of Famer Drew Brees.
It's still pretty surreal. You know, there's just been, I think moment by moment, it becomes more real. Obviously, there's that first knock on the door, and all of a sudden there's Dan Fouts telling you that, in his gold jacket, telling you that you're the next member of the Hall of Fame. And then, you know, honestly, a few hours ago, walking in the room with the class for the first time, and really unbelievable when I look at the class and just how special it is and just how honored and humbled I am to be a part of it.
Drew Brees, always humble, always grateful, always gracious, always amazing. That's why he is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. He is the first ever first ballot Hall of Famer representing the New Orleans Saints, which is a great honor, and I'm not sure that it should be any other way. When you think about Hall of Fame players and Hall of Fame people, at the risk of sounding cliche, Brees is a quintessential example of those things. Not only just was he such a dominant player with the records, you know, he retired a Super Bowl champion, the NFL's leader in passing touchdowns, the NFL leader in passing yards, the NFL leader in completions attempts, completion percentage, all the records that he had, many of which have since been broken by Tom Brady, who had 1,500 more career passing attempts than Drew Brees, just saying. But nonetheless, Tom Brady's record is what it is, and we understand that. But the bottom line is, what Brees was on the field, we all understand, and that makes him a Pro Football Hall of Famer undeniably. The reason, however, that there has been such an incredible connection between Brees, New Orleans, Louisiana, the region, is because of what he meant to the city, the state, the region at the time he was here. And yes, I know it's a story that's been told plenty, but his rebirth, his renaissance coming out of San Diego to New Orleans at a time where the city needed someone to help lift them up. And he and his wife and his family embraced that challenge. Not only had greatness on the field, but so many different ways that he gave back to the community. Our friend Ross Jackson has a great column up at LouisianaSports.net detailing a lot of that, about how Drew Brees has become the gold standard, not only because of his play on the field, but all of the community outreach and impact that he has made. I could argue, and would argue, that Drew Brees is the most influential sports figure in the history of the state of Louisiana. And we can have this conversation, and there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, you could make a case for Billy Cannon. You could make a case for Joe Burrow. If we want to extend it beyond athletes, we could even with that, we could talk about Pete Maravich and Shaquille O'Neal. And you start naming names, you're going to leave people off and say, what about ... And all of them would have a valid case. But when you think about Drew Brees, you're talking about a man who came to a downtrodden franchise in a city that was on its knees. When the NFL was an owner that was attempting to move the team to San Antonio after Katrina. And Brees coming off of injury, and the city needing to be quite literally rebuilt after Hurricane Katrina. It was a perfect blended marriage in time with the right people and all these great synergies that came together that allowed Drew Brees to have the career he did with Sean Payton to create that great offense. I mean, we do the butterfly effect thing often. What if Miami's team doctor had passed Drew Brees on the physical and he ended up being there with Nick Saban? Well, maybe Drew Brees would have gone on to have a great career, a Hall of Fame career in Miami. Or maybe not, because he would have never partnered with Sean Payton, and the two of them together with Sean Payton's offense, his acumen, partnered with Drew Brees' ability and work ethic. So it made that blossom into what it was. What would it have looked like in Miami? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But ultimately, Drew Brees is so deserving of this honor. It's something that I know all Saints fans and all of Louisiana and all of the region will celebrate. So this summer, Drew Brees will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. He'll be a part of this Hall of Fame class. And something that, as Drew Brees said there during NFL honors after he had been elected, he was asked, when he felt he knew this, being a Pro Football Hall of Famer was possible.
The numbers start adding up. It was more so for me. It was like, man, how long am I going to play? I still feel pretty good. I can get the job done. I like slinging it around. I love my team. Let's go win another championship. My kids are getting, to the point where they know what dad does. I can bring them in the locker room and let him steal Michael Thomas's gloves out of his locker and swim in the whirlpool like it's their swimming pool, And they'll remember this forever and being a part of this, being around it. That was more so my motivation. It wasn't let's keep racking up numbers, so I can try to be a Hall of Famer. I think that just happens from just trying to be the greatest teammate that you can be, each and every day, and trying to prove Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis right that I'm their guy. And I always want to be their guy.
Mission accomplished. And one more, of course, we did speak about the relationship that Brees, his family, have with the city of New Orleans. Even if they may not be there in the community every day any longer, that footprint and that fingerprint is still very much there. And that's something that Drew talked about after being elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The first thing I say is none of this is possible without Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis believing in me at a time when it was kind of hard for me to believe in myself. But it was those guys who saw something in me, believed in me, and then equipped and empowered me to be the best that I could be. And I think you guys, the story is well documented, right? About the moment, Sean getting lost and Brittany and I looking at each other and just saying, this is about so much more than just football, and we belong here. This is God's calling for us. And I can tell you this, I know New Orleans was looking for a quarterback then, but I promise you I needed New Orleans more than New Orleans needed me. And I had the chance to be a part of something, so special that most guys don't get a chance to be a part of.
It's phenomenal. It's a Hall of Fame election and induction that an entire fan base should and will celebrate. Congratulations to Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Famer. Our show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, actually official beer of Super Bowl 60 as well. So better believe there at Levi Stadium on Sunday. There'll be plenty of ice-cold Bud Lights being passed around that joint with the Seahawks and the Patriots. But if you're at Levi Stadium. If you're at home, your favorite bar, watering hole, restaurant, make sure you have plenty of delicious ice-cold Bud Light as you toast to Super Bowl 60 this Sunday in the Bay Area. All right, let me step aside for our first break of the show. We are glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. When we come back, our conversation with Michelle Smallmon from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. That's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
REV, letsrev.com, letsrev.com. Love telling you about our friends over at Rev because I love telling you about great local businesses that do great work for our local communities, that treat you right at a fair price and all that good stuff. And the bottom line is, we've all been there, haven't we? You get the little spinning wheel on your computer when you try to navigate different websites. You talk about first world problems, but instead of like instantaneous, navigation, it takes 3, 4, 5 seconds. The horror. But that is annoying. You ain't got to worry about that with Rev, y'all. Rev high-speed internet, up to 5 gigs, backed by the power of an all-fiber network. So you don't have to worry when the power goes out. Cables are buried underground, so it's not like you're worrying about tree limbs or falling on your cable wires. Nope. Not with Rev. REV, 70,000 Louisiana business and homeowners trust Rev. You should as well. REV, letsrev.com.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Investing in a new roof doesn't have to be overwhelming. At Pelican Roofing, we offer 0 interest for 21 months because everyone deserves a safe, secure home. Trusted, local, affordable. Pelican Roofing, making quality roofing affordable for South Louisiana families.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. Earned by showing up, putting in the work, the hours that nobody sees. I didn't get here on my own. I trust my coaches to lead, my teammates to step up, and when the game is on the line, Our Lady of the Lake to keep me healthy and on the court. Because it takes a champion to care for a champion. I trust the Lake.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Lockmeyer to Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lockmeyer to Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
We're back from Radio Row, Super Bowl 60. Our coverage presented by FMOL Health. This is how we help care. Someone who would like to be introduced as someone who sneezes when it's cold or the sun's out. This is Michelle Smallmon, a.k.a. Smalls from Unsportsmanlike. Thank you for the time.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
When it's cold or the sun's out?
It's very weird. I never claimed to be normal.
Wait. The sun's out thing, that doesn't make sense. So, you go outside, the sun is shining, and you sneeze?
If I look directly into the sun, it will make me sneeze.
And then you'd also be blind.
True. It's a double whammy of awful. Now that we're talking through this, maybe I just need to have sunglasses on my person at all times to avoid this. Does that ever happen to you? You look in the sun and it makes your nose itch, it makes you sneeze? I can't be the only person out there who deals with this.
Ribs, when you look at the sun, do your nose itch and sneeze?
Thank you.
Okay. She agrees.
It's a thing.
Okay. I don't know. I'll walk out later and I'll try it.
You know what we're learning here? I'm not an outside dog. I'm an inside girl. I go out in the elements and my body's revolting. It's like, well, what are we doing here? Where's the couch?
What do you think about, so we saw you last year in New Orleans. We're here in the Bay Area this year. I love San Francisco. I love the Bay Area. Did you kind of love New Orleans a little more?
I loved New Orleans. I know you're a little biased.
Not a little, a lot.
A lot biased, which I love. I too am biased, but here's why. It reminded me of St. Louis, where I'm from.
What about New Orleans reminded you of St. Louis? Was that your first time in New Orleans?
No, I've been there many times. I love New Orleans. French influence. Obviously, St. Louis, New Orleans have that in common. People who are very, very proud to be from New Orleans. St. Louisans are very proud of where they're from. Excellent food in Louisiana. Great food in St. Louis too, obviously. And just a lively environment. In St. Louis, we love blues music. We love live music. And I just felt like you could pop into any place in New Orleans and catch a vibe. And I loved that.
That's so true. That's such a good way to say it. I didn't know St. Louis is a great food town.
Hello. Let me put you on. Look at the James Beard Award nominees. So many St. Louis restaurants.
Okay, good to know.
I'm telling you, it's a sneaky, amazing food city.
Another sneaky food city is Houston. You wouldn't think it.
Really? I've only been there one time for a Super Bowl.
You would not think Houston, but there are so many little pockets of, if you're a foodie, you can get on anything in Houston. It's really a great town. So good. You go to Houston, I'll go to St. Louis, and we'll do some food. That'd be awesome.
I'll tell my people you're coming.
Yeah,
they'll set it up.
No, I will legit ask you for Rex when I go.
Deal.
Absolutely. This week for you guys doing the show, y'all are on at 4 a.m.?
No, 3. We're live 3 to 7. Yes.
Why?
Not to correct you, but I need to because that extra hour is very important.
Absolutely. I was going to say 3, and I thought, no, that sounds ridiculous even to say it out loud. But 3, what is that like?
Terrible. Yeah. No, here's the thing. My alarm goes off at 12:30 a.m. We get in the shower and we're off to the races. And I joke about it being terrible because it's really only terrible for that first 12 minutes when your body's like, ouch, what's happening? Yeah. And then you wake up and you get in the shower and you get out and you're like, I get to go to Media Row. And we're talking about the Super Bowl.
I know.
How sick is this? I don't care if it's in the middle of the night. It's so fun to be here. And, Evan, Cece, and I, we love Unsportsmanlike. We love our studio in New York City. It's a beautiful new studio. We have so much fun there. But to be here in the middle of it all, we don't get to do that often. So the energy of Media Row and getting to see so many people and have these conversations is very invigorating. It's been really cool.
Unsportsmanlike, of course, weekdays 5 a.m. Central, which you can hear on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Lake Charles, Alexandria, all over the state. She is Michelle Smallmon. So last year, you and I talked about the NFL Bachelorette.
Yes.
Right?
My journey towards football love.
Because you, as a native St. Louisian,
very good.
Oh, it was close. I added one extra syllable.
I was going to ignore it, though, because I was proud of your effort.
I want to be accurate. St. Louisan.
Yep.
The Rams left. She didn't have a team. Ultimately, she's courted by the Packers, and she becomes a Packer fan. I try to convince you to be a Saints fan. It's not too late. You're also wearing black and gold.
Oh, I am wearing black and gold.
Sometimes, you don't believe in serendipity.
Wait, was that subliminal?
Yes, this is very serendipitous.
Because I'm talking about how much I love New Orleans. I love Louisiana.
Smalls.
I love my alma mater in Illinois. I will say this is the greatest sports environment I have ever been in. LSU, Alabama, night game, Baton Rouge.
Which year?
2016.
Oh,
they were both top 10.
That was the 10-0 game.
That one was rough, but it was so fun. I had the best time. But sorry about the outcome.
We had a lot of those in Baton Rouge over about a decade and a half when Nick Saban was there. So it did go that way. And also, you are channeling a little Kim Mulkey.
I am. I don't know if you can see the blazer here. It's got feathers on it. It's Kim Mulkey adjacent.
So
just a little razzle dazzle for you here on Media Row.
Do you love Kim Mulkey?
I do. I like how fierce she is. I like that she is unapologetically herself.
She is that.
And I like that every time that she steps out on that court, she comes to play. There's no downtime with her.
She is terrifying.
I'm afraid of her for sure. But I say that endearingly.
Yeah,
I say that complimentary.
In a very literal sense, she gets what she wants because she is not afraid of anyone, and that is a terrifying thing.
I kind of wish I had more of that in me.
We all should.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Life is too short.
She's got a squad this year, too.
Yeah.
If you're not watching the NFL, what are you watching?
The back of my eyeballs sleeping.
But like from a sports fandom perspective, rank your teams. Like if one team could win a championship this year, any sport, any team that you cheer for, like who would you put at the top?
Oh,
Cardinals?
Without question, Illinois basketball. Okay. Let me explain.
Yes, please.
So as we've talked about my journey towards football love, sports tragedy that the Rams were ripped from St. Louis. And I know people are going to say, well, they ran LA first. Okay, listen. It was the circumstances with which they were taken from us. We don't need to relitigate the whole thing, but that's why it was so painful.
The whole Kroenke thing.
It was very painful.
We talked about it a lot last year, too. And I think you cleared up a lot for me that I didn't even know that all transpired with all
because a lot of people didn't talk about the true story. It was just like, oh, this is fun. The Rams are going back to LA, and they didn't really. St. Louis was collateral damage and all that.
Do you think St. Louis gets another NFL team?
Never.
Why?
They sued the NFL and they settled for $790 million. And guess what the NFL doesn't do? Lose.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be totally transparent with you. St. Louis, smaller market. There's only so many corporate dollars, and the NFL and the Rams burned a lot of corporate bridges there. And that money has been reallocated to the Cardinals, to the Blues, and to City SC.
Yeah.
So I never want to say never because crazier things have happened, but I would say it would have to be a long, long time from now for that bridge to ever be rebuilt. But the biggest sports tragedy of my personal sports fandom, 2005 national championship game, Illinois versus North Carolina.
I remember
that Illinois basketball team was the team of my life. D. Brown, Darren Williams, Luther Head, James Augustine, the Rev, Raj Powell, of course, Bruce Weber and his raspy voice. We all loved him. That team was so electric. They were so fun to watch. They lost one game at the end of the regular season, buzzer beater versus Ohio State. They go on this great run in the tournament that come from behind victory versus Arizona. We've never won before. Illinois has never won a national championship before in basketball. And I was so convinced they were going to beat North Carolina. And then Sean May and Roy Williams, they just shattered my heart. And I've seen the Cardinals win. I've seen the Blues win.
Okay.
I am a new Packers fan, so I haven't seen my Packers win, but obviously they have a rich history of winning. So I've never seen Illinois sports win anything in my lifetime. So that would be number one for me.
Wow, okay. That's a great explanation. And I remember that Final Four very well. Louisville and Michigan State.
Yes.
Was the other teams that Final
Good
Four?
memory.
I watched that Final Four in Louisville, which is odd how I remembered why that all transpired.
Yeah.
But yes, that was and Illinois was my team to win they were in my bracket to win the national
And it was
championship.
in St. Louis.
It was in St. Louis.
Which is a double whammy for me.
Ah,
I know. You see what I'm saying? So we need it to happen.
She's Michelle Smallmon, soon to be Saints fan. Michelle Smallmon.
A lot going good with this. I'm liking Tyler Shuck and Kellen Moore.
Okay.
They surprised me this year. I'm not going to lie.
I talked to Evan earlier today.
Oh, he's so high on the Saints.
And so here's why I think it's interesting to get like your perspective on the team. When you're local market, you're deep on the one thing.
Of course.
Like I could tell you the 53rd man on the roster and who got cut in the transaction. When you have to cover 32 teams in every sport, like you're going to have a working knowledge of everything. So I'm curious, like, because why would you all be talking about the Saints this year? You wouldn't be. They had a long losing streak. They were eliminated early. There was nothing worth talking about from a national perspective. So I'm curious when I talk to folks who do national shows, like, what is your perspective of Kellen Moore and Tyler Shuck after your?
Well, I think heading into the season, from a national perspective, we didn't expect much from them. We thought, okay, Kellen Moore is going to go down there. He's got his work cut out for him. who knows what's going to happen at quarterback. This could either be surprising or it could potentially be a disaster. I don't think many people, maybe outside of Louisiana, expected them to even be competitive.
Nobody in Louisiana expected to be
Okay,
yeah,
but sometimes the local fans have more hope, or they, as you were saying, they drill in more and they can forecast it in a different way than we can.
People are realistic with this.
Okay, good.
I mean, everyone was thinking 4 or 5 wins.
Same. So they were on our side. And what Kellen Moore did and the way that Tyler Shuck played, I think surprised a lot of people. And, that division is interesting. So maybe next year they have some building blocks and they can take a step forward.
And you can come be a fan.
I love the Packers. I'm sorry.
I don't think you do.
I'm loyal.
You can't love something that only came into your existence a year ago.
Do you have kids?
Yeah.
The second your kid was born, didn't you love it?
Yeah, but this is not
same thing.
No, this is like
you can love something instantly.
This is like you adopting a pet. That maybe is not a great analogy.
No, because I'm going to love the pet immediately.
I'm not saying you don't love.
I'm not going to be like, hey, Fido, cool, you can live here, but I'm not going to love you for 2 years.
Yeah, it's different when something's of your being, and when you're born into it, it's.
I will say this. Here's why it was immediate for me. The way Packers fans embraced me, and I know that Saints fans would have done the same thing. My love for New Orleans. They make them different in Louisiana. I love the people of Louisiana.
I want everybody to go tweet Michelle Smallmon right now and beg her to come to New Orleans for a Saints game next year.
I would love to, actually.
We will host you. We will red carpet everything. We will black and gold carpet everything. Come to LSU.
Is this cheating? Is it cheating?
It doesn't matter. Come to LSU.
It doesn't matter.
We just having dinner. Just having dinner.
We're just friends, I swear.
Friends. Come to LSU Saturday, Saints on Sunday. We'll take care of the whole thing.
Ooh, that actually sounds like a killer weekend.
Pick the weekend. We'll make it happen.
Okay, well, we'll have to look at the schedule because I'm going to take you up on that.
And I'm going to make sure you meet Kim Mulkey.
Oh, my gosh. You're really sweetening the pot here.
We got to get this done. You can't be a Packers fan.
Why not? What do you have against the Packers?
It's not that I have anything against the Packers. It's just if you need to be a Saints fan. Like I'm telling you.
Is it my jacket? I subliminally came here with this jacket on.
I didn't pick the jacket.
Black and gold, shades of Kim Mulkey. Okay.
She's here.
I love the Packers, though. I really do.
Listen to Unsportsmanlike. Tweet Michelle Smallmon and insist that she come to Louisiana and love the New Orleans Saints as well. Because I'm telling you, they'll love you back in a way. You think the Packers love you? You wrap your arms around Louisiana. I'm gonna give you the biggest bear hug back in the history of the world. I'm telling you.
Every time I've been there, the people could not have been nicer and more fun and vibrant. I really do love the people of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to get you.
I like your tenacity. I'm not going to lie.
Persistent.
I could tell.
I will wear you down. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Fun conversation with Michelle Smallmon again on Sportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. We got Jordan Palmer coming up here. Guy who was Joe Burrow's quarterback coach. Excited for that convo. That's coming up here in a smidge. From Radio Row, our coverage is presented by FMOL Health. This is How We Healthcare. Final day, Radio Row from Super Bowl 60.
After further review.
AFR is brought to you by Goodwood, Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Yes, funny name, funny logo, all that stuff. But don't let that distract you from what's most important when we have this conversation. Men, hormone replacement therapy. Get your levels checked. Women, I don't know if you've seen what's happened in the last month, which many have been phrased as sort of a war on HRT for women over the last 20 years. It is imperative as well. Your health, your well-being, your longevity. Get your levels checked. Of course, at Goodwood is the men's clinic, unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness. They can help you with GLP-1s and also with female hormone replacement therapy to get your levels checked. Log on to yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com, and dozens of different peptides to help in almost any aspect of optimization for your life. You want to feel your best? Yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better. We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environment.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Rolling along here from Radio Row. Big shout out and thank you to our friends at FMOL Health who've made our coverage here from Super Bowl Radio Row possible. Sincerely grateful for their partnership over the years and for stepping up to allow us to be able to do this, which is so cool to be able to have this type of access and content to bring you. And of course, not possible without our friends at FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare, so we appreciate them sincerely. It is after further review, waiting on Jordan Palmer, and it's a conversation I'm excited to have, and hopefully this happens, as you know, when we're live and we have live guests scheduled. Sometimes guests can run behind or things can happen, so we're scheduled to be joined by Jordan Palmer right now. Hopefully he's able to find us and jump aboard. We do have some other cool stuff planned up. Mike Dussault, who is part of Patriots Unfiltered, it's the official New England Patriots podcast. Got that conversation coming up here in about 15 minutes. There's 4 LSU Tigers on the Patriots roster, as you well know. So we're going to get the Patriots perspective on those guys and how they may impact this game. Roman Harper next hour, Brian Jones, Dan Dakich, Dave Meltzer, who is the CEO of the Lee Steinberg Group. Of course, that was the inspiration for Jerry Maguire. He's got a new book. Get to that in hour number 3. And we will give you picks for the game. By the way, we do have this up right now live at louisianasports.net. If you want to check it out, always free, louisianasports.net, louisianasports.net. Some new props, the most wagered upon props for Super Bowl 60. Interestingly, the most wagered upon props, both teams to score in the first quarter, any score in the final 2 minutes of the first half, under 6 total sacks in the game, neither team to attempt a 2-point conversion, Seahawks over 1.5 field goals made, Shortest touchdown under 1.5 yards. So they're anticipating a short yardage touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown there in the Super Bowl. So just some of the interesting props. If you want to check them out, they're all there at LouisianaSports.net. If you want to check it out, LouisianaSports.net. All right, it's after further review. Thanks for hanging out with us here. We were scheduled to be joined by Jordan Palmer. A little bit of a bummer if this one doesn't work out, man. I was really hoping to talk to Jordan a good bit because that's a guy who's transformed himself from kind of a journeyman quarterback into an elite-level quarterback coach who's worked with guys like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the biggest names in football trust him as their quarterback coach. And was hoping we'd be able to have this conversation, but it sounds like he was about 5 minutes late now, so we may have to jump out. I'll tell you what, Muse, I don't know if Paulie, tell me in my ear, does Paul have Mike Dusso queued up? Because we can have this convo right now if possible. So Mike Dusso is from Patriots Unfiltered. That is, they're actually our neighbors here on Radio Row, official podcast of the New England Patriots, and had a brief convo with him about the Super Bowl and more importantly, what's that?
We can go to him, yeah.
Yep. Okay, great. About the LSU guys that are participating in the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. Here's our convo with Mike Dusso from Patriots Unfiltered. Friday from Radio Row here, Super Bowl 60. We are counting down. Our coverage is presented by FMOL Health. Mike Dusso, part of the Patriots Unfiltered podcast, is the official podcast of the New England Patriots. My goodness, LSU flair. Mike, thanks for the time. How are you?
Of course, I'm doing great.
This is old hat for you all at this point. What does this one feel like compared to the 37 other Super Bowls the Patriots have been in the last 10 years?
Well, I'm fortunate. This is my first one. And so amongst the organization, everyone feels happy for me that I finally get to experience what, they lose track of all the Super Bowls they've been to. Like, was that 46 or 42? They can't remember. So I'm having the time of my life. Nobody expected to be back here this soon, for sure.
The real intrigue for our audience is there's such this heavy conglomerate of LSU players. Let me start with Will Campbell. Struggled late in the season. Maybe it's rookie wall. Maybe it's some of the injury. How's Will been received this year?
Oh, my God. We've fallen in love with him. And, I mean, Vrabel has embraced him. I think it was obvious from the moment they drafted him when Will Campbell said, I will play and die for Drake May. And New England has embraced him, and in the locker room has embraced him, too. Morgan Moses, kind of the leader of that room. Will's locker right next to his, and just a great kid. I mean, love hearing from him in the locker room. Very mature, stays grounded. Vrabel every Friday has him do what they call the morning announcements, where he announces what the meals are going to be. And, Will said, I'm not doing that next year. And Vrabel's like, you're definitely doing it next year. It's going to be even better. And he did have some struggles, though. And Vrabel has been attributing to that, too. He's a rookie. And, that's to be expected. But this is the kid we wanted. We took him where we took him because we want him to be our left tackle. We're going to let him fight through these things. And, it's been a great learning experience. Hopefully here in the Super Bowl, he gets back to that form. Said, just last game was really when he's starting to feel fully healthy after that knee injury he suffered.
What about Kayshawn?
Unbelievable story. I mean, we've watched
23 years old.
I know. I mean,
he's just starting.
This is the example I use a lot with Kayshawn. Was the first game he came and played as a rookie. He had a would-be catch down the sideline, didn't get both feet in bounds, and they had to punt. They lost the game, and a lot of people were pointing to that. And then he didn't really play as much, and there's a big line with him. He can't get his feet down. Cut to now. We've seen Kayshawn Boutte emerge as this deep threat, and there have been more than once or twice this season. Big catches along the sidelines, gets down in bounds, keeps the clock running. And I'm like, what a wonderful contrast for Kayshawn. He's been a deep threat. I mean, you saw the catch that he had in the end zone. He's been outstanding. Drake can throw the deep ball, and we're seeing, that all that potential that Kayshawn had early in his career at LSU seems like it's finally coming to fruition.
It's healthy. That catch was against Derek Stingley, another LSU guy. So it's a little LSU on LSU. Robert Kayshawn is an amazing story if he's living up to that first round potential he had at LSU before the injury. Defensively, there's a couple of guys there as well. And Caleb Chasson is a great story because I think, Mike, that's a great illustration of sometimes fit matters.
Yeah.
It didn't work in Jacksonville, but I mean, I would assume you all have got to be happy with the way Chasson's played this year.
We're thrilled with him. And, unfortunately, Harold Landry's been fighting an injury since they played New Orleans. I think it was like week 7 or so. It doesn't look like he's going to be back, but Chasson has stepped up. You said the scheme. That, to me, is the biggest part where this defensive front, they give them freedom to get upfield, and he's so athletic and so quick. as you said, you're finally seeing that first round potential. Now he's going to be a free agent again, and we're looking at each other, every playoff game we're like, I hope Jason's not pricing himself out of coming back, because it's a huge need for the Patriots this offseason. I would love to see them retain him, and I think he'd like to be around. When we talked to him early in the season, we had him on Patriots Unfiltered. He was saying, I'd like to find a home. I'd like to settle in. He'd been a journeyman to that point. So exciting to see him play, and I think he needs to be huge in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Mike Dussault's with us here. By the way, like straight out of Buras, Louisiana. Dussault. Dussault. I mean, he's your family's
Quebec.
Is from Quebec.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking about like
Brunswick.
the Cajun French. I mean, the Canadian. Oh my goodness! Like,
I have a Babineau in my family, but there's no X in it,
Well,
so
they dropped the X somewhere when they moved. Let me ask you also about Braden Swinson. That's not a guy that's going to get a lot of headlines, but I know he was a practice squad guy, was going to get signed off the practice squad, and so ultimately, he gets elevated. Thoughts on if like Swinson in the organization?
Yeah, I think waiting in the wings and having a developmental year. We asked Vrabel about his development, and he said, he's learning to be a pro. Like I said, the edge position, there are needs there with Harold Landry getting hurt, but you've seen other guys kind of step up above him. So I look to him next year. I mean, that's probably going to have to be what it is for Braden, but the culture they've established in this building, I'm excited to see what an offseason looks like, come back, and it's a position next spring or in summer, opportunity is going to exist.
Dude, what were the Titans doing letting Mike Vrabel get what are you doing, man?
I mean, when Mike Vrabel came back and he was inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame, and he said, it's not like this everywhere. And I think a lot of people took that as a shot, towards the Titans a little bit. But we're so happy to have Mike Vrabel. I mean, he just won Coach of the Year last night. Yeah. So we always have a special place in our heart for him. The performances he had in the Super Bowl, causing pick sixes in Super Bowl 36, catching touchdowns. The guy's done it all, and you can tell why his message resonates with NFL players.
Seattle's favored on Sunday. What's your thought, the quick overview of the game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an absolute dogfight. The two defenses remind me a lot of each other. I think it's just a question, really, the quarterbacks. Does Sam Darnold, can the Patriots get him uncomfortable, force him to make mistakes? And can Drake May bounce back and get to that MVP form he had when they had that 10-game win streak where he's chucking the ball down the field, dropping it in a window, 40 yards away to Kayshawn? If May can come back to that level, I really like the Patriots' chances, but we've seen too many Super Bowls. It's going to be close, I feel. If it doesn't come down to the end of the fourth quarter, I'll be surprised.
Mike Dussault, Patriots Unfiltered. It's the official podcast of the New England Patriots. Check it out. Lots of LSU flavor in there. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
We appreciate Mike for jumping aboard with us here. See if we can snag Jordan Palmer at some point. He was supposed to join us, and we apologize for that. Hey, our show is brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Y'all, Super Bowl Sunday is coming up. You're 2 days away. Make sure everything you need for your Super Bowl party, you got it from Rouse's. You need your adult beverages, they got a great selection. If you need your king cakes, they got you. Party platters, trays, all of it at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We'll knock out our final break here of hour number one. Come back. We are scheduled to be joined by former LSU baseball tiger Michael Papajohn. You may know him as well as action stunt double throughout his great career. I randomly bumped into Mike yesterday here on Radio Row, and he's working on with a director on a new docu-series about his battles with concussions and brain health, or all the stunts he's done and amazing things they're doing with NFL and with a lot of different professional athletes that will actually extend beyond just concussions, CTE, but also into overall brain health and brain injuries that have helped people, affected people with things like Parkinson's or dementia and Alzheimer's. A fascinating convo. Looking forward to have that with Michael Papajohn coming up here in just a little bit. Also, our convo with Roman Harper as well. John Gruden just walked behind us on Radio Row. There he is right there. Hey, guys. All right, it's After Further Review. We will knock out a quick break and wrap up hour number one. Stick around with us here. It is our final day here from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60. Our coverage all week is brought to you by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
After Further Review.
Love telling you about Duplessis Builders, DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. It's great time in. Thinking about building that pool, DuplessisBuilders.net. Thinking about building an outdoor kitchen, DuplessisBuilders.net. I'll tell you straight up, it's something we did a few years ago. Now, when we moved into our house, we bought a house with a pool, but it had to be renovated. And then we spent so much time outdoors, ultimately we had to add an outdoor kitchen. It was something we just live outdoors. It's a great investment into the home and the space and for your enjoyment. cannot recommend highly enough. If you're thinking about it, do it, first of all. But then who you call? Well, call Duplessis Builders, because Derek Duplessis and his team, Derek, an engineer by trade, gives you a 10-year workmanship warranty when the industry standard is 1 year, and they have everything for any budget. They have pools starting below $50,000, or you could build any type of palatial resort-style pool you dream it. They'll build it for you over at Duplessis Builders. DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me? Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here, helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel? So call Pelican Roofing for your free roof checkup today.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Wrapping up hour number one, Roman Harper set to be with us next hour. Excited about that convo with Roman. We'll talk about two of his former teammates, Drew Brees and Luke Kuechly, both being elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I was also interesting. I was scrolling Twitter earlier this week, and I was on the NFL's official Twitter account, and they had the video of Ambush, of course, the Saints onside kick from Super Bowl 44, and it wasn't just the video of the play, but it was the mic'd up sort of behind the scenes. It was Peyton in the locker room at halftime telling the team we're going with Ambush. And one of the things I noticed kind of as I was watching the play again, which I've seen a million times, but you watch it with through a different lens, you see different things. I knew we were going to be talking to Roman. Well, Roman was on the field for Ambush. So very excited to hear from his perspective what that play was like. So we'll get to that, and then I get him a question about his beloved Crimson Tide. Maybe a thought on Lane Kiffin coming down to BR. So we'll do all that with Roman Harper coming up here in our next hour. Thanks for hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door, siding. Oh, yeah. they do shutters too, and now indoor shades. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. These custom shades are beautiful to help climate control, and when you talk about light control in your home as well, like early in the morning and sunlight's coming through and you're trying to sleep, well, these shades, these indoor shades can help with that. Check it out. They're beautiful. They're custom made just for your home. Same as you would get with their windows, the doors, siding, everything that Relief Windows does. It's a premium product with exceptional customer service. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Call them at 288-8138, 288-8138 for Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Hey, since I have a quick minute here, I want to talk about two things that have happened this week that I haven't really been able to touch on because we've been in it here on Radio Row. So neither of these are like new or breaking stories, but you probably saw that Trinidad Chambliss had his appeal, his waiver denied again by the NCAA. And meanwhile, Joey Aguilar from Tennessee, a judge granted his TRO, the temporary restraining order, in his eligibility bid. So a couple things. Number one, if you're surprised by the Chambliss news, you shouldn't be. This is something we always expected, was that the NCAA was going to reject Trinidad Chambliss's waiver for a medical red shirt. We've gone over this many, many times, but just the Cliff's Notes for those that missed it. When Chambliss was at Ferris State in his second season there, he did not play. He had a tonsil surgery or something like that, tonsillitis, early, like before the season. He missed a few weeks as a result of it. Well, part of, as I've learned, that medical waiver process, if you're going to get a medical waiver granted, the place you were playing at the time has to, in a written affidavit, validate the reason you didn't play was the injury. So no one's denying that Chambliss had this medical condition, but Ferris State is saying very clearly that's not why he wasn't playing. And so no one at Ferris State would validate that. So this waiver process was never going to happen for Chambliss. He was not going to get the 6th year. What is very likely to happen is what's happened here with Joey Aguilar at Tennessee, where he has been granted a TRO by a judge, which will allow him to play. Remember, this is the same thing that Xavier Watts did to be eligible this year at Miami. Xavier Watts was at Wisconsin. He did not go into the transfer portal. He just transferred schools to Miami and enrolled and got a TRO to play. So judges are sort of willingly granting these temporary restraining orders under which it's allowing these players to play. That's what happened with Charles Bediako, who just left the G League. And the NCAA was like, you can't come back here, man. He goes to a judge, grants a TRO, and now Charles Bediako is playing basketball for Alabama after having been in the G League for 3 years, whatever it is. So all this to say, like, I fully expect that Chambliss is going to get the TRO the same way that Joey Aguilar did. So Trinidad Chambliss is, I would fully expect, would be the Ole Miss quarterback next year when LSU plays in Oxford in Week 3. It's interesting, though, because of both these situations. LSU plays both Ole Miss and Tennessee. And remember, LSU plays Tennessee in Knoxville in November. And November is going to be a pretty brutal stretch with Bama and Tennessee and Texas and Arkansas. So you got a really tough November stretch that includes Tennessee. And while Aguilar this year was not great for Tennessee, what transpired throughout this portal cycle is Tennessee missed on all the big names. They missed on Brendan Sorsby. They missed on Sam Leavitt. They tried to get in the mix for, what if Damon Williams had gone in the portal. So they ended up missing on all of their main portal targets at quarterback. And what they ended up doing was signing Ryan Staub. Remember, Staub was the backup at Colorado. So Staub signs with Tennessee, but Tennessee doesn't have. Staub would have been it, and over his time in Colorado, he's seen action in, I don't know, a handful of games. But not he was back up to Shadur and then lost the job this year to Keaton Slovis. So Tennessee really didn't have an option, and they weren't anticipating going back to Aguilar, but sans a better option. Now they're obviously going to pay Aguilar, who's been granted the TRO and will be playing for Tennessee this year. So I know that's a weird, winding, topsy-turvy world and how all this is transpiring, but it is something worth keeping an eye on, as LSU will play both of those teams coming up here this season. All right, it is after further review. One quick baseball note here in just a quick second. Do want to remind you about Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. It's Parish Restoration. If you need restoration or remediation services. Water intrusion, they can help at Parish Restoration. Maybe you need sanitization. They'll come in, they'll spray their patented non-toxic dry fog, close up the windows and doors, let that fog dwell. It'll kill everything down to the spores. It'll sanitize your space. It'll get rid of odor, mold. They can help. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. Yo, we are 1 week away from opening day at the Box. And it is, remember, it's a 2 p.m. game. Jay in the cold weather months likes to play those Friday games, not at night. He likes to play them during the day. So opening day will be at 2 in the afternoon, 1 week from today. Tigers, depending on which poll you look at, either preseason number 1, number 2, they have been picked by the league's coaches to win the Southeastern Conference. And today we learned that 3 LSU players are on the preseason Golden Spikes watch list. So outfielder Derek Curiel, pitcher Kason Evans on the preseason watch list. Excuse me, I said 3, 2. It's Derek Curiel and Kason Evans have been named to the preseason watch list. Now, that can change, right? Players can be added, but just here as you push off from the dock. And Curiel, of course, was the National Freshman of the Year a season ago. He'll move over to center field this season for the Tigers, and he'll certainly be a guy that after this season, he'll be a first-round draft pick. He'll sign a pro contract, and his LSU career will be over. And hopefully it's with 2 national championships. But what do you do for an encore? We'll find out with Derek Curiel this year. Same with Evans, sophomore who, as a freshman, was outstanding at the back of the bullpen. A few stints starting, certainly an extended outing against Tennessee and helping LSU win that series. But mostly as a freshman was better as a back of the bullpen guy. Now very likely to get the ball as your Friday night guy a week from today. We'll see how it goes for Kason Evans. But Curiel Evans, preseason Golden Spikes watch list. Keep an eye on it. Baseball 1 week away. Hour number 2 from Radio Row is next.
AFR.
As we wrap up our first hour, let me remind you about Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. 9 locations in all. Gents, you have 8 days. 7 shopping days, but you have 8 days. Valentine's Day is a week from tomorrow. Have you gotten her a gift yet? If not, that's not good. But I have great news for you. Don't screw it up. Go to Lee Michaels. Thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Start online if that's easiest for you. LMFJ.com. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com. Remember, they got something for every budget. So maybe you are looking for a diamond engagement ring. Perfect. They've got the best selection. Maybe you're looking for earrings or a necklace or bracelets or pendants or watches or writing utensils. They've got so much selection with 9 different locations. Find the location nearest you or shop online at lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
At Hood Dental Care, giving back and spreading smiles is what we love most. This Valentine's Day, we're inviting you to help us change someone's life with our Valentine's Day Smile Giveaway. Do you know someone who deserves a smile makeover? Nominate them today. Just visit the Hood Dental Care Facebook page and fill out the entry form. Submissions are open now through February 13th. One special winner will be chosen and announced on Valentine's Day. It's the Hood Dental Care Valentine's Day Smile Giveaway. Good luck!
At Parish, we take pride in building roofs that last. Because in Louisiana, toughness isn't just on the court, it's in your home too.
Parish Construction and Roofing. ParishBuilt.com.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators.
Our coverage
and
from
more.
Super Bowl 60
if you're
Radio
ready
Row.
to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts. Call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. The countdown continues to Super Bowl 60. The Seahawks and the Patriots in Santa Clara. Seattle, a 4.5-point favorite in a rematch from 12 years ago. Elsewhere, former Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is joining the Rams staff. Spent the past 2 seasons with Washington before the sides agreed to part ways. The Rams had the top-ranked scoring offense in the NFL. That'll make changes to their staff after offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur was hired as the Cardinals' head coach. Jim Schwartz resigning as Browns defensive coordinator, was passed over for the head coaching job in favor of Todd Monken. Since 2023, Cleveland has allowed the fewest total yards in the NFL. In hockey, Penn State star Gavin McKenna will have his felony aggravated assault charge dropped. The Center County District Attorney's Office announced he is the consensus favorite to be the first overall pick in the NHL draft. While in the NBA, Lakers star Luka Doncic not feared to have a serious hamstring injury.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming on Monday, we'll recap everything from Super Bowl 60, the game, the commercials, and, of course, Bad Bunny's halftime show. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Welcome back. Radio Row Super Bowl 60, our coverage all week presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. And very pleased to be joined by Dan Dakich. These guys done everything from basketball and football coverage. Of course, got a show, Don't At Me. He's part of Outkick. He does radio there in Indy every day. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm great. You got to be slumming all these celebrities here, and you're talking to my sorry backside?
Not at all, man. One of the things when we had the opportunity to get you, I love, because I think most people know your background as a basketball coach and coaching under Coach Knight. But I think you're very refreshing, because every time I listen to you, I know I never have to wonder, I wonder what Dan thinks.
Well, that's you. But that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, I was raised in Gary, Indiana, which at the time was the murder capital of the world. My parents were teachers, and they taught me to read the newspaper, and I loved the newspaper. And so in my own little mind, I became informed, and they made me take speech classes because I am still an incredibly shy person. And where I'm from, when you're from a certain place, you have certain characteristics, and people from the south side of Chicago, which is Gary is, are very opinionated. And I just thought that's who we were. So, I don't know, it gets me in trouble once in a while. I guess. I don't know what real trouble is. It's not like we're robbing banks or anything. Somebody says you said a bad word or whatever, who cares? But I appreciate you saying that. But I I don't know. It's kind of fun to be able to, as you get older, and I'm 63, and as you get older, you care less. You just do, because you're not trying to climb. I'm not trying to climb anything. I'm just trying to do the best show we can every day and have the most fun with my wife and my kids and my stepkids and figure it all out. I got my little bracelets here from the ride Indiana went on. My daughters made me.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Wait, so give me your backstory with IU. I know you coached there, but did you attend IU as well?
Yeah, I played basketball there for Coach Knight.
Okay,
and then I stayed there for 16 years. So I was an assistant for Coach Knight. When I graduated from Indiana in 85, I was supposed to go play in Yugoslavia, and I broke my ankle, was a grad assistant. Then I became a assistant coach and then stayed there 12 more years. But I was really, a football fan first. My dad was as I said, a principal, and one of his kids played football at Indiana. So we went down there, and I think the first black quarterback in the Big Ten is a kid named Terry Jones. I could be wrong about that, but it was in an era where there were very few. And Terry wore high white socks that you're too young to know what tube socks are. But
I know what tube socks are. Come on, man. I'm 43.
All right, you do.
Born in 82. I mean, I'm younger than you, but I'm not young.
Well, tube socks. So all my buddies, when we went back, we all wanted to be Terry Jones and wear our tube socks over, try to get them over our knee.
See, now I'm of the era, though, Dan, when like the Fab Five with the black socks became a thing, and that was the baggy shorts and the black socks. Like that was
when I was a kid, my fifth grade basketball coach, I'll never forget this, told us if you wear black socks, you could die. Because the dye from the black socks gets into your blood, and you can die.
Who would tell a trainer that?
Mr. Wykovich, man, we all never wore black socks because we didn't want to die, man.
Shout out,
but
Mr.
no.
Wykovich.
So I'm an Indiana guy through and through. Left for 10 years, coach at Bowling Green, but I grew up there, and I've had so the football run for us. You guys at Louisiana, you're kind of used to that. For us, my wife, who is not from Indiana. She's like, man, every conversation you have at the Rose Bowl or the Peach Bowl is all the same. Can you believe we're here? I can't believe we're here. So, yeah, it's a great run. And my wife and I spent 4 weeks with my wife and my stepdaughters. And then my wife said, you got to go play golf with your buddies and get in a fight or drink and get drunk and all compete. You got to become a man again. You're an effeminate little D-bag here. You know what I mean? Go do something manly, man. Let's go.
Your wife can get away with saying it for sure. Yeah. So do you think it's funny because so Jeff Martindale is affiliate relations guy at ESPN, is a friend, and we're having dinner. He's an IU guy, graduated from IU, and so we were talking about this whole run, and they're obviously on cloud nine. I think access, which has never existed in college football's history, which does exist now because of NIL portal, is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes the sport more appealing to more people because
I do too.
Okay, so you think so you think portal NIL is a good thing?
I don't think all the transferring is a great thing for the kids ultimately. Like, I've always said this, and every time I say this, I get former players that text me and say, Coach, I'm glad you said that. When you used to transfer and sit out a year, every kid that I knew, whether it was at Indiana that transferred in and had a city year or transferred out and had a city year, or Bowling Green in or out, they all said it was the best year of their college career. They grew up. They got ahead academically. Now, you hear media guys say, oh, it's terrible. Kids that did it will tell you, being able to leave a place and continue to go, I don't think that's good. But the NIL stuff, to me personally, like I've always said this, man, I was the most righteous Bobby Knight. We got to do this, blah, 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 blah. My way of going about it would be at Bowling Green, MAC, not SEC. I got about 5 friends that are multimillionaires. I'd like to see if we can put together a ton of money and go get the best players out of Indiana and actually compete. I got no problem with it. I think the product is great. Everybody's getting rich. I mean, referees are making more than they ever made. Announcers are making millions of dollars to announce this stuff. Coaches are out of their mind. Why you shouldn't play? I don't care. Everybody's getting fat and everybody's watching. So I'm in on all of it. Why not?
I think
you disagree with that or you agree with it?
So my audience knows this about me. If most people, I think, somewhere find the middle ground where they're like, there's some good, some people are like on this side where they're like, I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. I'm by that Super Bowl ban.
Yeah.
Like Let them transfer as much as they want. Let them make as much as they want. Like, I'm so pro student athlete in this case because, Dan, for 100 years, college football and the adults built a system where everybody made money, and they kept scaling this business under the pretense of amateurism, which at one point was the case. At somewhere along the way, they lost their way, and the athlete said, "We want ours too," and I don't blame them. Go get yours.
I don't either.
The adults screwed it up.
You know what? When I played at Indiana, it's a true story. The Olympics, Michael Jordan and the Olympics, 1985, 84. Coach Knight was the coach, and so they all came to Bloomington, and we had just beaten Michael Jordan in the NCAA tournament, and I'm the same age. We're all juniors, and I would go to practice every day, and I would watch. And Coach Knight, during practice, the Olympic team in the summer would come and say, "Hey, what do you think?" Well, one day I get a call, and I'm telling the story, and I want you to imagine this happening now. I get a call from assistant coach. "Hey, man, Coach Knight wants to see you." So I grab my shoes. I think I'm going to get to practice, right? I'm fired up, man. I'm like, let's go. I get there, and Coach wants to see you in his office. All right. I go, and the only time Bob Knight ever sat behind his desk, and I walk in, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good, man. He goes, Dakich, sit down. He always called me Danny. Dakich, sit down. Now imagine this happening now. He goes, you go in that summer school class we paid for? I go, Coach, here's what I'm doing. I'm going on Mondays. My buddy Billy Mueller, the catcher, is going on Tuesdays. The quarterback of the football team, Steve's going on Wednesdays. And my other roommate, Roger's going on Thursday. And Thursday, we compare the notes. And I'm getting a B+, which I was not a good student. I didn't care about school. He goes, man, that's exactly what I would have done at Ohio State. Except that we tell everybody that our players go to class, and you're not going to class. That class costs us $1,500. I expect to have $1,500 on my desk by Monday morning or transfer. He says, I don't want you to transfer. So here's what I've done. I've got you a job at the golf course. If you want to go out there and work $1,500 off at the golf course.
Oh my
Imagine that happening now. Now it's like players going in. Hey, Sean, players going in and saying, hey, man, I ain't playing until I get 2,000 or whatever. You know, can you imagine?
I mean, it does happen.
It happened in Indiana before the Indiana-Purdue game. Player came in. Jalen Hood-Shafino said, I want 100,000 to play. Mike Woodson got him 100,000. The kid went out and got 36 on the road. And they won.
Bad. 36 on the road. Dan Dakich, don't at me. Part of Outkick as well. Does radio there in Indy. I got to get a thought of the game. Like, who do you think wins?
I'm an idiot. Too many people are on. I'm a gambler. I love to gamble.
Me too. I sports bet every day.
Every day.
Not a lot, but I love to have something on.
I do too. And I love the fact that college basketball games are on in the afternoon here. And we got a bookie that's handling it for us. But anyway, too many people are on Seattle, and rightfully so. I get it. But I learned over the years when everybody's over here, it ain't bad to take a look over here. I'm a big Mike Vrabel fan. I've known him. He's been great to my different shows. I'll take the 4.5.
Dan Dakich likes the 4.5. By the way, DeMario Davis, Saints linebacker, sat here yesterday, and I asked him who he likes, and he picked New England. I was like, go with the upset. He had no idea that New England was the underdog in the game, but liked New England straight up to him. So
go get some real guests, man. Go get some dudes that are,
Hey, man.
You must have
You want to give me Bob Knight stories? I'll sit here and talk to you all day.
Tell you a story. He hit me in the face with a basketball twice as a freshman, but it's in a book, so I digress.
Hey, Dan Dakich. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Great conversation with Dan Dakich. We do appreciate him. We're going to knock out a break here from Radio Row. When we continue, guy around Baton Rouge who's super popular, Michael Papajohn, former Tiger on Skip Urban's 1986 College World Series team, and David Kano, a guy we had a chance to talk to a year ago with his Brett Favre docuseries. Well, now Michael Papajohn is going to be the feature of one of those documentaries and docuseries. We'll talk about that as we continue here on AFR.
AFR.
Hey, remember, if you're thinking about selling your home, call Darren James. Get your home sold. 335-7666. 335-7666. 335-7666 or agent225.com. Agent225.com. Listen, if you got to sell your home, most people, I want to remind you this. This is statistics from the National Association of Realtors. 73% of people that list their home for sale by owner end up hiring a realtor. 3 out of 4. Why? Well, maybe you don't know how to properly price your home. Maybe you're just not around to show it when people want to see it. Maybe the paperwork's daunting. Whatever the case may be, save yourself the time and money. hire a realtor that gets to a closing table more than literally any other realtor in the state of Louisiana, Darren James. Agent225.com. Agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better. We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every...
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Glad to have you back with us here from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60. Our coverage all week is presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. I think around LSU and Baton Rouge and Louisiana circles, most people know Michael Papajohn. He played baseball on Skip's first CWS team in 1986. Went on to be a Hollywood stuntman. Famously was Adam Sandler's stuntman, and the Water Boy was Bobby Boucher taking all those hits and everything. And now the Hollywood stuntman is going to be featured in a docuseries, The Hollywood Hitman. So Michael Papajohn's here. David Kano's here with us as well, who we got to see last year at Super Bowl Radio Row when he was doing a series called Concussed with Brett Favre. Gentlemen, it's great to have you. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Dude, you mean like come all the way from Louisiana to have a conversation with you in San Francisco? We couldn't just meet up in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, we're going to make that happen, though.
Well, I'll look forward to it, man. Let's start with the Hollywood Hitman. What is it?
Well, getting in the business, actually, I love us having the LSU connection because my biggest breaks in Hollywood were not because of an agent or manager. It was because of Coach Skip Bertman. And it was amazing what he did for me early on. And even for Love of the Game that got me Spider-Man, that was Skip calling Augie Garrido and pitching him because Augie was a technical advisor on For Love of the Game. So
what did you do in For Love of the Game?
I played Sam Tuttle, the New York Yankee.
Yeah.
But I met Sam Raimi there, and that got me Spider-Man. And opened up a lot of other. Me really transitioning to an action actor and wanting to move my mouth and make money instead of hitting the ground and making money. Because after the Adam Sandler job, I was saying, "Damn, man, I don't know how long I can do this." You know? But where the Hollywood Hitman came about is I had some head injuries in the movie business, and I think there's a major concussion issue in the stunt community, but no one talks about it because you talk about it, you're not going to get hired. Yeah. And that, I put a camera on myself. I started filming my struggles, and then David, I saw what he did with Concuss the American Dream, and I really liked the project. Yeah. I reached out to him, and then he ended up jumping on and directing and producing it. But it's a LSU athlete, action actor, but a brain health story too. That it's the most important thing I've ever done.
Hey, David, since we spoke last year, can you just fill us in the gaps from when we were talking about Concussed in New Orleans last year to now that we're sitting here with Mike?
Well, to be honest, when Michael reached out, he watched Concussed, and by the way, went to #2 on Apple TV.
Congratulations.
And went to #1 on Amazon for DVD sales. I mean, that's Brett Favre effect, I guess.
Sure.
But when Michael approached me and he said it was a brain health story, I immediately, my brain said, I'm not doing this. It took me so long to get Concussed done and made, but when he got on the phone, he told me there was a pivotal role that happened in Hollywood where he wasn't a stunt guy. He's officially an actor, an action actor. Celebrity slammed his head in the ground, an A-list celebrity everyone knows, and it's going to be revealed in the documentary. And then he said, well, I'm trying to heal myself. I'm like, well, there's no way you can heal yourself or diagnose CTE. He's like, well, I'm one of 2 to go to Yale University to get radioactive chemical injected into my bloodstream so they can see it in my brain. And so I thought, wow, it got me pulled and sucked in. So now we're trying to find ways to mitigate CTE and even see if we can find it in the living before you couldn't find it.
Yeah. So wait, so you went to Yale and had this I guess what, a procedure done?
Well, I met Julian's neurosurgeon. Alec Baldwin played him in the movie Concussion. He's an LSU guy.
Okay.
And he's with works out of North Shore, and we became friends. And I put a camera on him. I told him what I was doing, and I told him about my concussion issues. He said, hey, Papajohn, you got to get this documentary out there. You got to tell people what you're doing. It can help other people. And that's when he invited me to be part of his clinical trial. So I went to Chicago, and then I went to New Haven, Yale, and did that.
What timeline was that?
That was the end of July, August, and I'm waiting to get feedback right now.
So, Mike, when did you so you started filming yourself, and then David, at what point did you come in?
We started filming official principal photography July. We wrapped in December, and now we're in post-production on it right now. But what makes this film different from just a regular documentary, John Goodman's in the movie. We got a cameo from Margot Robbie, who I didn't know who that was at first. I never watched her movies.
Wolf of Wall Street?
I never watched it. Adam Sandler, we met at, he did 6 Adam Sandler movies, so he introduced me to Adam, and Adam said, yeah, I'll do the film. So he's not in it yet, but Adam Sandler might do a cameo. So it's just not any other documentary. It's someone that did a lot of hits for 20 years in Hollywood, but also was an actor as well. I mean, he was the Happy Gilmore too, but just dropped on Netflix.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you blink and 35 years goes by, and then I'm close to 200 credits, and I don't have an ego, and I'm not dropping that. There's a lot of ups, downs, and all arounds, but I just try to stay authentic and to Birmingham, to State Hills High School, and to LSU, and even being out in California, there's all these choices to make, and I knew I never wanted to do anything. I don't know, with great power comes great responsibility, but it's a Spider-Man theme, but that always held my authenticity, and it meant a lot to me, and telling the story means a lot. It all happened for a reason. Yeah. I got injured for a reason, and the brain health thing, if I can heal myself, and which there's a lot of things that I'm going through that are helping me, and I can share it with other people and help other people. That means more than anything.
Will some of those things be in the film?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So we've met some amazing people. How many states we've been in filming?
7 states, 2 countries.
Yeah.
So we've been filming all over the place, from Chicago, New York, Mexico, LA, Arizona. Birmingham, Alabama. But what's interesting as we're doing this interview is I don't know how I'm around this brain health stuff. I was with Brett Favre on Tuesday. We were at the UFC headquarters, and he came out and he has Parkinson's, and he's trying to stop it, or at least not reverse it, but slow it down, because his cognitive decline is going at a rapid pace, and we don't want to see Michael there either.
Yeah.
So the main thing about David too, he goes, hey, I'm doing this. I want to produce and direct it. And then Cinema Verite, he started following me around for 6-7 months. That's in my house, at the airport. I mean, following me around. And my wife's like, who is this guy? You know, are you Michael? I go, no, I'm not Mike right now. You know,
not in this moment.
So, yeah, so I'm really happy with what he shot. And I was filming 2 years before that. I worked with a guy named Kelly Ryder. He worked at a Baton Rouge concussion guru guy, and he goes, we got to film your journey. And that's when I started picking up a camera, and actually he got COVID and got on a ventilator and passed away. And then I was scrambling. And then Julian Bells came aboard, and then David came aboard. And I think David's the best director to do this, because when Julian met David, he goes, you got the right director. He knows the subject. And that made me feel really good.
Yeah. Michael Papajohn, David Kano are here with us. The Hollywood Hitman is the name of the documentary. You said it's in post-production. When is it going to be released? Do we have a date?
We don't have an official date. We're hoping towards the end of the year. But post-production, it's going well. And like I said, we have something in store. It's not just going to be your average documentary you'd watch. There's some scenes that we're going to reveal when we show it. But the biggest thing is when you hear who injured Michael Papajohn, I mean, I don't think any major mainstream media outlet will not cover this.
Was it in filming that
yes,
happened?
It was in filming.
It was a day on the set. It was a bad day.
Yeah.
And it just changed my life, and my life was never the same after that day. And I was totally entrenched in the movie business. I moved to the South to work, and I didn't know what I could do and what I couldn't do. And I had to get on my heels and try to work it out and work through it. But I see a red carpet. I see a purple carpet. That's it. I want to do the purple carpet premiere in LSU. I just thought about that right now, which would be really cool.
That'd be great.
I feel a lot of love and support, and I just, that guy right there filming us right now has been to those states, filming everywhere, and I just know how much time we spent together.
Our guy's got on an LSU shirt.
And I got him wearing purple and gold, so that's my number one goal.
You say his name's Drago? Is that really his name? You call him Drago?
He's actually from Rocky IV.
He looks like it, doesn't he? No, his real name's Attila, but we named him Drago, and it stuck.
Love it, man. That's awesome.
But you can follow us on the Hollywood Hitman. Yeah. So it's Hollywood_Hitman is our Instagram. We have Michael Papajohn is Michael Papajohn. My Instagram is OHDavidKano. And I also have a podcast now with Brett Favre. So we're on episode 21 now. So we have a lot of things cooking, and I'm glad. Well, one of the things about Michael is, and the South, one of the most genuine people I ever known. And I came up with a line. I came to Baton Rouge as a stranger, but I left as a friend.
Love that.
I made up a line for David. His middle name should be, we should shoot that Cano. David, we should shoot that Cano. Because every time I said I'm going to this comic convention, we should shoot that. Hey, me and my wife are going to try to get away for the weekend. We should shoot that. I mean, this guy is a cinema verite guru.
Love it, man. Hey, so whenever we're going to post this on all our platforms, guys, let's make sure we tag the Hollywood Hitman as well. It's Hollywood_Hitman on Instagram. So make sure we tag that, Michael and David as well. What else? What else do people need to know before we say goodbye? Hollywood Hitman, Fourth and Favre podcast. Check that out. Talked about the Instagram. Post-production, hoping end of the year release. We'll see if it can be done. What else do people need to know?
Well, I'm directing a true crime documentary series. Michael Papajohn is going to come on to help produce. 2 missing toddlers went missing 5 years ago. They disappeared.
Wow.
Adopted parents are in prison. There's no forensic evidence, no bodies, no fibers. And they're in prison right now, and no one knows why.
He spent 4 years on that project. I saw the sizzle reel, and I said, I want to be a part of it. So we've kind of developed a partnership, too. We're going to do other projects and just authentic type storytelling And
Where Are the Boys? That's the name of that one. Where are the boys?
Is it released? When's it going to be released?
We're hoping to also later this year release as well.
Okay, make sure you're following David on Instagram. I'm sure all the info will be there.
I've been Coach Burtman for 7 years. I have beautiful content. We go to the movies together.
Oh, man.
And we put a GoPro on it, and I just hear him talk about movies. It's some special content. I always shout out to Skip because he taught me LSU and played under pressure and the way he coached. It really grew me for the movie business and how to handle pressure and be a team guy, and that's what really helped me in my career. And it's great to, and I'm happy for your success and this time to be on here.
Of course.
Thanks.
You keep up with Jay and the guys?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jay includes
a week from today, man. A week from today, first pitch.
I know, man. It's beautiful. Jay, I love that he always acknowledges Coach Burtman. When they won the first national championship, my favorite picture is Skip and Jay in the locker room and hanging out on the couch. That's my favorite picture. And he includes all the old players, too. So, go Tigers. We love our LSU sports and LSU baseball for sure.
Former Tiger Michael Papajohn, David Cano. Cano, am I saying Cano or Cano? Cano, no, tell him. I want to have it right, dude. I'm Moscona. People screw up my last name all the time with the vowels.
Brett says Cano on TMZ, and I'm just like, Brett, we just making up last names now? I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason. So that Cano,
I call him
Cano, like Coach Cano.
We should shoot that Cano.
We should shoot that Cano. I love it.
I gotta say that before we get out of here is I'm in Austin now, and someone invited me to a tailgate, and then they said, "Can you compare it to the LSU tailgate?" And Michael brought me to a tailgate. We actually filmed it. And I had never seen a tailgate. We did film it. He filmed it.
We should film that. We filmed it.
The LSU tailgate, and I'm from the West Coast, from SoCal. I've never seen. It's not. That shouldn't be called a tailgate. Yeah. It's like Mardi Gras times 100,000 people, and then 100,000 people in the stadium.
What game was it? Do you remember?
South Carolina game.
So it was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
But they come for the opener against Clemson. Game one of the Lane Kiffin era, that's going to be full throat. Everything that's going to be a match. Whatever you saw, I'm telling you, crank up the meter on that 100 times.
Are you going to be set up there at the stadium?
Probably not doing a show. I might. Who knows? Man, with Lane Kiffin era, I might. If he lets me, I might come do a show in the locker room. If he might. He's crazy enough. He might. Who knows?
Yeah, we should film that.
We should. Trust. That would be filmed. Absolutely, gentlemen. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Michael, David, my pleasure, guys. Y'all be good. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEye.com. That's WilliamsonEye.com. If you're thinking of ditching contacts or glasses forever, the Williamson Eye Center can make that happen. One quick phone call to Dr. Blake Williamson. Actually, I would love to tell you this story. Man, my sister, honest to goodness, true story. I'm in San Francisco. My sister-in-law texted me this morning and said, I'm having a real issue with my eye. It's painful. Do you know anybody who could help? I texted Dr. Blake. I said, hey, man, is there any way you can get my sister-in-law? He's like, send her my phone number. We'll take care of this today. That's just the kind of person he is. I'm telling you, I trusted Dr. Blake with my LASIK, whatever it is. If it's eye care, eyewear, eye surgery, you want the Williamson Eye Center. There's just nobody better. WilliamsonEye.com, WilliamsonEye.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Thanks for hanging out with us here from Radio Row. We're halfway home on this Friday edition. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Let's see. But by the way, speaking of the Baton Rouge connections, we're gonna get to our Roman Harper conversation at the top of hour 3. So 30 minutes from right now, you're going to want to hear our convo with Roman. Walking around Radio Row, I bumped into Zack Oliver. Zack is a Baton Rouge guy, played at Catholic High. You might remember was a quarterback at Northwestern, was one of the original founders of Matchpoint, the NIL app. Well, they've now got a new project, and I can't wait for you to hear about this. We'll visit with Zack Oliver, Roman Harper still to come, Dave Meltzer will be here. My goodness, we are still rolling on. Brian Jones, we still got to get to that conversation. Don't you move, stay with us here. It's AFR.
AFR.
As we roll along, I love telling you about Glow Resources. I love telling you about Glow Resources because it is so impressive what Jareth Nakan and his team have built at Glow Resources. This is a business that's one of the top 100 private businesses in Baton Rouge, honored by the Business Report this year, and they have become a great big giant company. And it's a hat tip to the job that Jareth Nakan and his staff do. And it's so simple to explain what they do at Glow Resources. At Glow Resources, they're complete employer solutions. If you're the employer, You're the owner, the HR manager, the hiring manager, the operations manager. You're the person in the business responsible for finding people, hiring in the business. And you keep missing, and it's harming productivity. Glow Resources can help. That's what they do. They cast their net far and wide, using all of their resources to find you the best people for the job. So check them out online at glowresources.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better.
We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After further review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Final day here from Radio Row Super Bowl 60. You walk around Radio Row, the Super Bowl in San Francisco, and then you end up seeing people you know from Baton Rouge. Zack Oliver, who, I don't know, how many years ago I was calling football games at Catholic High. He was a quarterback who would go to Northwestern and then reconnected when he was helping launch Match Point in the NIL era. And now he's relaunching a sports brand that's, it's fair to say, been dormant for a decade.
That's about right, yeah.
Backyard Sports. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Great to see you as well.
I'm so glad that you spotted me, stopped and said hello. First of all, probably the last time we spoke or introduced you to the audience was with Match Point.
That's right. Yep.
And for those who don't remember, onset of NIL, Match Point was an app, a platform that matched brands and influencers, athletes, to create NIL opportunities. So what's can we disclose what happened there?
Yes. So Matchpoint was formerly acquired. So it was a great opportunity to.
Congratulations.
Thank you to exit the business, and still involved to some degree, but NIL is obviously an ever-changing space, and the evolution of collectives, and now with the revenue share with the schools, it's still growing, and it's still something that we're going to definitely keep an eye on as that world expands.
So. All right, so Matchpoint gets acquired, and now you're relaunching Backyard Sports. Connect this bridge for me.
Yeah, so I had moved out to Los Angeles for a couple of years, and then reconnected with a fellow Northwestern alumni who had recently acquired the rights to Backyard Sports. And as you mentioned, spot on, the brand had been dormant for over a decade. And then Jason Kelsey coincidentally had made a note in a podcast with Travis that oh, do you remember that backyard football game? Someone needs to get that. Someone needs to bring that back. And then that was just like a match on a bomb that just exploded it back into the culture of the world. So really over the last year, we've relaunched all of these retro titles. So backyard baseball, backyard basketball, backyard football, hockey, soccer.
Wait. So did Kelsey have anything to do with it, or just him saying it and you all were already in the works?
It was totally happenstance that he said it right after our CEO, Lindsay Barnett, had closed on the rights.
My God.
Yes, so totally coincidence. But it's great to know that, there's all these big, real pro athletes who are true fans of this game. They grew up on it the same way that I did. And so it's just been a really fun way to kind of get back into the world of sports and culture.
Oh my God, dude. People ask a lot of times in business, is it, is it lucky or is it skill? There's a great podcast I love. It's How I Built This. You ever listen to that?
Yeah.
With Guy Raz, and he ends every episode by asking these great entrepreneurs and business owners, would you attribute your success to luck or your skill? And the answer usually is both. Lindsay had to be mindful enough to acquire this brand, but my goodness, what a break to have Kelsey mention that on New Heights, and then boom, right as she's acquiring it. So what an opportunity. So, okay, so how did you get involved?
So out in LA, she mentioned that she was kind of working on this project. I obviously have a passion for the brand, and I knew what it meant to so many kids back in the day, playing these games, coming home, playing on your CD-ROMs and dialing up the internet and putting it on your computer. And so there's not a lot of IP that has a connectivity amongst cross generations. And so I just figured it was a really great opportunity to jump onto a very fast moving boat to just try to expand this franchise back into the world and give kids today the same opportunity that I had to play these games and learn the world of sports, and maybe as an alternative to a Fortnite or a Minecraft. There's a gap in the kids sports gaming market. So Lindsay had the foresight to try to fill that gap, and so far to date it's been fantastic.
Man, IP, bringing back IP that has a nostalgic connection is such an incredible business opportunity. I mean, hat tip to Lindsay and you for identifying that with Backyard Sports. So what does this mean now? I mean, I don't think we're bringing back the same consoles, are we? What are we doing?
Yeah, so as mentioned, 2025 was the year of relaunching, these retro titles. So again, all these games that we played growing up, you can now play on your phone, iPads, tablets, iPhones. A few of them are on Nintendo and PlayStation. But really, the goal is relaunching this brand with new titles. So as of last week, we launched an animated special that's on YouTube, 11 minutes of animation and world building that the world has never seen before. In the world of backyard sports with Pablo Sanchez and the gang. And then at the end of that, there was a little Easter egg where we formally announced that we're bringing back backyard baseball later this summer. So brand new game, totally redesigned and rebuilt, for a modern era.
So the YouTube channel is Backyard Sports. I'm looking at it here.
That's right. Yep.
There it is.
So the Backyard Sports animated special. It's only been a week and we're almost at 1 million views on it. So it's just great. Again, great reception and positive sentiment from the fans that there is a demand for this.
So cool. There's your thumbs up on it. 966,000 views in the last 8 days. That's incredible, man. Congrats on it. So how do people find it? Download the app? What do they do?
So backyardbaseball.com for more information on the new game. Also backyardsports.com if you want to go back and relive some of your childhood from playing backyard baseball, backyard football, or on the App Store. Just search it in the App Store. you can find all the titles that we've re-released and have a ball and relive some nostalgia from back in the day.
That is so cool. I would imagine also that's a cool opportunity for parents who played these games, if their kids are gamers, maybe to like bridge that gap between the generations, something to do with parents to do with their kids.
Exactly. Yeah. That was like the main thesis and light bulb moment for me is like, I got also as someone who has a 14-month-old now.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you so much.
First?
Yeah. First one, a little boy, Harrison.
That's awesome.
So I want to find ways to connect with my son, and I'm sure parents are always looking for those kind of connective tissues. And I really think this is a very unique piece of IP that will provide a great opportunity for parents to do that.
Really cool, man. Backyardsports.com, backyardsports.com. Download the app as well. Zack Oliver, Baton Rouge guy, Calic High. I mean, come on, we see a little Calic High love on radio, bro. You know we got to connect. Hey, real quick though, you played quarterback at Northwestern. It was an interesting era too when you were there. That was when Northwestern, some of the players tried to unionize, right? Were you there when that happened? So now you look at that era where you played, and now we're into NIL portal. What's your thought on this era, the NIL era?
Yeah, obviously it's crazy.
Because even since Match Point started, NIL
it's turned upside down 3 or 4 times. I think that a lot of the craziness really comes back to like the transfer portal. And when I was playing, you had these rules where you had to sit out a year unless you were transferring down to like a D2 school. I feel like maybe reintroducing that might kind of like try to filter out some of this craziness. But all that said, like I'm grateful that all these players are getting the dollars that obviously the world has shown that they deserve. But I don't think the craziness is over. I think it's gonna keep going. You
know how they have the NIL Go, right? The clearinghouse. And it's funny, people ask about what market, they have to determine market value. I think it's just what you just said. Market value is what someone is willing to pay.
Right.
So how do you determine market value if someone's willing to pay you for this service?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's I think where if NCAA or these clearinghouses are going to trip themselves up, it's going to say like, who's to say that someone who's going to get $1 million for an Instagram post isn't worth that? If there's a demand for it, like that's anti-capitalistic. So not really what this country was built on. So it'll be really interesting to see how those rules and the subjectivity of that changes over time.
But I'm for all of them getting all their money. Get your money. I'm mad at you. I'm happy for you. Get your money. Backyardsports.com, backyardsports.com, or download the app. Zack Oliver, pleasure, dude.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah,
of course.
Thank you as well.
Fun convo, man. And one of the really cool things about being here, it's after further review. We are brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. It's Arco Power Systems, industrial generator power. That's Arco Power Systems. What an awesome business. What a great story I love to tell. I mean, you're talking about a business that for more than 3 decades now has become a leader serving the industrial, the commercial sectors when it comes to industrial generator power. Storm comes, power goes out. What do you do with your business? A lot of people have home standby generators. What do you do for your business? Arco. They're up in Little Rock, east to Mobile, west to San Antonio. Draw a big circle in that footprint. They got you. Arco Power Systems. ARCCO. Arco.com. 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 All right, y'all. Let me knock out a break. By the way, Rivs is over there talking to Justin Reed, Saints safety. So I think he's about to run to NFL Network, but may have a chance to chat very briefly with Justin Reed, Dutchtown's finest. Let me knock out our final break here of hour number 2. We'll come back, Roman Harper, in about 15 minutes. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, we're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Y'all, this is the time, all right? We need the spring to come soon. We all want the spring to come soon. But if you want fruit trees, shrubs, you want those things blooming, this is the time you got to get it in the ground, man. You got to plant now. Miss Teresa tells me all the time, hey, Matt, we're in just plant something mode. Got to get those plants and trees and flowers and shrubs all into the ground right now. And Clegg's has the best selection. And one of the things I always encourage you to do is to bypass the big box stores. support local businesses that have been in our community for decades. That's Clegg's Nursery. 60 years. 60 years. So buy local, shop local, and tell them Matt sent you in when you go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery.
I have no doubt that Our Lady of the Lake will keep me healthy. They make sure to do whatever they can in their power to make sure that we are 100%. They're constantly giving us resources, giving us advice on what to do. I think that just really helps us be the best players that we can be.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better.
We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
I'm lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After further review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Roman Harper here in about 11 minutes from right now. Did I miss this? Is Green Day participating in the halftime show with Bad Bunny? Like, this is so weird, okay? Because, so there's also, like, okay, when you're here, you're in a bubble. You come into this thing, this ecosystem, and like the rest of the world sort of ceases to exist. You're in a very unnatural setting. There's just 1,000 people in this room, and it's like media people and just very normal everyday people. And then, oh, look, celebrity. Oh, look, MVP. Oh, look, superstar athlete. Like, it's just this weird thing where you never, who you're standing next to, walking next to, and it's just a very unnatural thing. And everybody's got parties, and there's dudes dressing up like polar bears, and there's tennis, what do you call it, judge chairs right over there that someone's doing a show from, which is just a weird thing. It's just a weird existence. So a lot of times the things that as you're going through your daily life of like wake up, get the kids to school, go to work, eat dinner, watch some Netflix, whatever, like watch the news. That doesn't really exist here. So that things could happen that I just have been oblivious to. But apparently there's a report that there was suspicious wagering overnight on the first song that an alt-rock band is going to play. And so people are trying to guess, like, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Pearl Jam or Nirvana, obviously, or Alice in Chains or Soundgarden? Apparently there's, like, odds now. And Pearl Jam's at plus 150, Nirvana's at plus 200, Alice in Chains plus 400, Soundgarden plus 800. So apparently there's a leak that there's supposed to be some kind of alt-rock band that's going to participate in this halftime show with Bad Bunny, who I don't know anything about Bad Bunny. We went over that before. But that'll be really interesting if it does happen. Now, there's all these prop bets about who will make guest appearances, from Cardi B to Kanye, J-Lo, Karol G, Daddy Yankee. I mean, Ricky Martin. Why would Ricky or Mark Anthony? Why would Ricky Martin or Mark Anthony? Maybe the Latino angle there with Bad Bunny. Whatever. The odds for the first song performed by Bad Bunny is Titi me pregunto. Titi me pregunto. Why are you looking at me like that? I think I nailed that pronunciation. Titi me or me. Titi me pregunto. Titi me pregunto. Hey, I took 5 years of Spanish. I don't remember a lick of it, but I know the pronunciation of words. That much I've got. Green Day, American Idiot is the betting favorite to be the first song performed by Green Day. So we'll see. Maybe the halftime show might be a little more interesting than I thought when I saw Bad Bunny announced. So in any event, y'all please, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for being there. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, the 1045 ESPN channel. I want to remind you that, of course, we've got all of this content here from Radio Row. Rivers just chatted with Justin Reed, who was walking down Radio Row. It's all on the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're just fire hosing all this content. So if you miss anything, please make sure you catch it. And our coverage all week long is brought to you by FMOL Health. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. Okay, just a little bit of a heads up of what's coming up here in hour number 3. Our chat with former New Orleans Saint Roman Harper is coming up. We had a chance to visit with Dave Meltzer as well. Dave Meltzer's a fascinating guy. He was the CEO of Lee Steinberg Sports and Entertainment Agency. That was the inspiration for the Jerry Maguire movie. So, and Meltzer is an entrepreneur, an author, a philanthropist, and wrote a book. Anyway, it's a great convo that's coming up here in the next hour as well. And also our convo with Brian Jones. We got still a ton to do. I'm glad you're hanging out with us here as we roll along. I'm going to tell you what, I will be very happy to get home and be able to start drinking Evermore again, because you drink a natural artesian water product and then you drink other crappy bottled water, and you realize the difference between a natural artesian water and crappy bottled water. I challenge anybody. Put them side by side. Trust me, you'll love Evermore. EVAMOR, Evermore.com, Evermore.com. Available at great local retailers and online at Evermore.com. EVAMOR, Evermore.com. All right, Sports Center, then hour number 3 with Roman Harper next.
After further review.
Hey, if you have any issues with your heater, remember River City's 1 hour air, 752-0001, 752-0001, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime, 752-0001, 752-0001. I promise you this, you call River City's 1 hour air, you'll talk to a human. Call the office, 752-0001, you'll talk to a human who will get you scheduled, get a technician to your home. When that technician's on the way, first of all, they'll schedule a time. If they're 1 minute late, you don't come out of pocket 1 cent. But most importantly, whenever the technician's on the way, you'll get a phone call, a text, and an email alerting you the tech is on the way. They'll send you the name, photo, and reviews of that technician, so you can feel safe and comfortable knowing who is coming into your home. And you can always rest assured they're going to do great work at a fair price. It's River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I received at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLucas. Super Bowl 60 a few days away. The Patriots and the Seahawks battling for it all in Santa Clara. Seattle a 4.5-point favorite on Sunday night. Safety Nick Eamon-Wari expected to play without restriction on Sunday. The Patriots will not designate Drake May with any injury, was dealing with that right shoulder issue during the week. Over to the rest of the league. Former Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is joining the Rams coaching staff after spending the last 2 seasons with Washington. Jim Schwartz resigning as Browns defensive coordinator after being passed over for the head coaching job in favor of Todd Monken. Since 2023, Cleveland has allowed the fewest total yards in the NFL. In hockey, Penn State star Gavin McKenna will have his felony aggravated assault charge dropped, according to the Center County District Attorney's Office. While in the NBA, the Lakers are optimistic star Luka Doncic does not have a serious hamstring injury.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Our coverage from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row continues. It's Friday. Former Saint great Roman Harper joins us here on site. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing awesome.
I mean, you're always so, what do they call it? Viral.
When you're going off on Instagram, I see you every now and then. My algorithms, you pop up quite often on your LSU or New Orleans Saints rants.
Roman.
Especially early in the season. It was a lot of rants. How do you feel now that this season is over? You know, it was less rants by the end.
We're talking about Saints or LSU?
Saints.
So I was never this season, I said this from the beginning of the year, was never going to rant about results.
Okay.
Because win-loss.
Okay.
Because I did not expect this team to win games. I picked them 5 and 12.
Okay.
So I was not going to go. But there were instances where I thought if it deserved criticism, then I was going to do it. Like, for example, do week 1. Like, the end of, I don't know if you remember this, I don't know how much you get to lock in the Saints, but do week 1, Kellen Moore, at the end of the first half, it's like he forgot he was the guy that got to call the timeouts. And they blew an opportunity to get points. It's like, that's a moment where I could criticize. But where you have to give the man his flowers by the end of the season.
Yes.
They had total buy-in despite a 7-game losing streak and ended up winning, with 5 of their last 6. It was impressive, right?
I literally, when I would go by the building, the couple times I got to go by, the wins were not there, but everybody that was around the team couldn't stop raving about the players are happy. The players seem really together. They like Kellen Moore. You can just tell. I'm like, really? They don't play really good. They're terrible looking. They're like, I know. We're not that talented yet, but man, it's going to be okay. Like, the players are happy. They're together. It's a vibe in the locker room. It's really, really good. And I was like, all right. And then all of a sudden, when Tyler Shuck kind of stepped in there and they got on fire, they were one of the hottest teams in the NFL at the end of the season, which was really good to see. And if you win in games in December, that's usually a playoff type of team. They missed out on that, but it's fine. They'll get a good draft pick and they have more confidence going into next year.
It's interesting. So DeMario was here on Monday with us, and he said, I asked him, because he's played for a lot of different coaches, from Rex Ryan and Hugh Jackson, and he's Sean Payton, he's Dennis Allen. He's seen sort of the gamut. And I asked him, what his impressions were of Kellen Moore, and they're the same age, Roman. And he said,
I knew that.
He said, I didn't know what to expect. He said, but he coached us the same way week 1 as he did during the 7-game losing streak and the winning streak at the end. So, I mean, look, if you were a veteran on that team, like, do you see, like, you're right. I mean, they weren't very good, very talented. And a lot of that is they just got to rebuild this roster. But like, give me your impression as a veteran player looking at the young coach being able to do that.
I think that's just his personality. The fact that you don't try and change or be somebody else, I think that's always valuable, because ultimately when you're up there in front of the room, when you have to lead, you're not just calling plays, then your personality has to show at some point, and you can't be fake. Guys see through that eventually, especially the veteran guys who've seen a lot of guys. Being yourself is really the biggest strength. And so if you can do that and guys can buy into who you are, and then all of a sudden we line up and we're all in same alignment, that's when you get greatness. And so Ron Rivera, for me, was a coach that was always the same. I was in Carolina in 2014, my first year there. We lost 7 or 8 straight games. We went 2 months where we didn't win a game. And Ron Rivera was just like steady Eddie. He's like, guys, I still believe in this team. I think we still can do blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden we got hot. We won 5 or 6 out of the last whatever games, and that's how we got in the playoffs, because everybody else in the NFC South imploded.
I remember.
And so that happened.
7-9, right?
Yes,
7-9 and got in. I remember.
No, we were 7-8-1.
7-8-1.
Everybody else was 7-9. Yep. That's why we got in.
I remember.
So that's
you almost won a playoff game.
We did win a playoff game.
You did.
We almost went to Seattle and won a playoff game. We lost late in Seattle.
Do you remember that? Yeah,
we weren't. But we had been terrible that year. And I give Ron a ton of credit for just being steady. I came from Sean Payton, who, if we're losing 2 or 3 games in a row, he's a maniac. He's not the same. He's like hot, cold. He's excited when we win. When we're losing, he's pissed off. He's so angry. Somebody's going to get cut, right? It's like, I got to rock the boat. So that's what I was used to. And then I went to Carolina and I saw it done completely differently. And I was like, and I thought it was going to not work. And then all of a sudden it worked. And I was like, you know what? That to me was something that I learned, that it's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than one way to be a dynamic, successful head coach. The biggest thing is being yourself. and then learning your team because it changes from year to year.
Yeah.
And if you're steady Eddie and these guys can continue to buy into who you are transparently and everybody having a game plan, then you can execute it. And I think that's what I got to see out of the Saints this year.
Yeah. Speaking of game plan, now Roman Harper's with us. It was interesting. I knew that we were going to have you, and I just happened to be scrolling Twitter, and NFL media on Twitter posted a video of like behind the scenes video of ambush from the Super Bowl. It being here, obviously Super Bowl, it's relevant. And you were on the field. I've noticed you were on the field for the play. Like you were on that kickoff team. What do you remember? Because Chris Reese recovered the onside kick. What do you remember about that play? Did you blow somebody up? What did you do on that play?
No, the play was actually designed to go to me. I was supposed to recover it. So that's what it was. So Thomas Morstead had this unique ability to be able to kick the ball sideways. He was a rookie, and shout out to Thomas, who's in San Francisco punting this year, and so he had this unique ability. So we had practiced this play all year long, and so I always recovered it, man. So the biggest thing was like, don't go too fast and like kick it off your foot, Roman. Just recover it, and we practiced it. For 10, 12 weeks, right? And then we get in at halftime, and Sean comes up to the defense because it's an extended halftime, and we're kind of sitting there. He comes right by me, looks at everybody, specifically me, said, "We're calling ambush." And we all defense like, "All right, man, call it. Let's go." Like, come on. Like, It's a whole bunch of bravado in the locker room at halftime. So I'm telling you, it's a lot. All right, so everybody's like, "Call it." Yeah, call it. I'm like, "All right, then let's do it." And then he walks away.
So what you're saying is they were using more colorful language than call.
Yes. There we go.
You're being You're being radio specific.
Yes,
Thank you for
I'm
that.
a professional.
Yeah,
okay, I'm a professional.
Thank you.
And so that happens, and then he walks away because I thought he was just talking it because that's Sean. And then I didn't know he'd actually stick with it. And then by the time we're about to go back out, he's like, "We're running it. Let's do it." He's like, y'all, we got your back because ultimately he's making the call. We kind of have to recover this. Like, recovering this is very important. So we got your back. And then we go out. We had practiced it. And my biggest thing was when it came off his foot, I just wanted to make sure I corralled it, be ready for it. And then Hank Baskins, or whatever his name was, hit it. Carol Baskins. I don't know why. It's Hank Basket.
Bro, Carol Baskins was the Tiger King lady.
That's what I said.
Where did that go in your brain? Where did your brain just default?
Because I drank last night. It was funny.
You just glitched.
So,
you just totally had a recall of K called said Carol Basket.
Yeah. Because that's called, it was Hank.
Oh, man.
I forget his last name right off the top. But anyways, it hit off of him and it bounced to Chris Reese because Chris was actually supposed to go block him. And I just had to be ready to recover it. Once he got 10 and started to roll back, that's what I was ready for. So I'm down ready. And it hit off of him and bounced into Chris. And then I just dive on Chris. And then everybody, it was so crazy. It was just, and I see Chris and my feet are kind of tangled underneath the pile and I'm just covering him up. And he's just like, I was like, he's got it. He's like, Rome, I got it. So I'm protecting him and it was awesome. But the funny thing is that we never practiced if something went wrong. like the whole time.
It's always just going to be flawless.
It was always just going to just work. And that had never happened where somebody we pretended that it hit off somebody or we have to ricochet. Like that never happened. And it just, so that was the first time it had never not worked the way it was supposed to. So really good time. And ultimately Chris gets so much of the love and the credit, which he all deserves it. But yeah, it was actually designed to go to me.
That's one of those plays, Roman, where it's literally one of the most famous plays in Super Bowl history.
It'll never happen again either because you have to declare.
It literally you can never surprise onside kick. But it's literally one of the most famous plays in Super Bowl history. And when that's happened, and it's been 16 years now, you feel like you've heard every story about that play. I don't think I've ever heard that. So I'm sure you've told that story before. I don't think I've ever heard it. So that's incredible. I'm sure there's other people.
Oh, appreciate it.
Our chat with Roman Harper will continue when we come back because I do have to talk to Roman about two of his former teammates being elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly. Oh, by the way, we might also dive. What just happened there? Brian Kelly family did. A dive in to LSU and Alabama. We'll get to that as we get to you. Hey, by the way, let me remind you, First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. Firstsouthland.com. Think thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Remember, the ultimate recreational land buyer's guide, free resource available at the website, firstsouthland.com. firstsouthland.com. Check it out there. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. firstsouthland.com. Okay, y'all, excuse me. Let me knock out a break, come back. We'll resume our conversation with Roman Harper. And you're going to want to hear his thoughts on Luke Kuechly, on Drew Brees, on Lane Kiffin, on LSU Alabama. That's all coming up with Roman Harper as we continue from Radio Row Super Bowl 60, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
After further review.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Check them out, y'all. Two amazing hotel properties. Hey, there's, it's Mardi Gras season, maybe for a Spanish Town or one of the other parades or maybe one of the balls. If you're going to an event in downtown Baton Rouge, could not recommend highly enough. Get you a room at Watermark Baton Rouge. Experience downtown Baton Rouge. Stay at the Watermark. Dine at the Gregory inside of the Watermark. Milford's on 3rd is sort of the more casual sandwich shop that exits onto 3rd Street. There's the beautiful lobby bar, glass of wine, cocktail, great whiskey list. It's all there for you at Watermark Baton Rouge. Great place to stay if you're going to be at an event downtown, walkable to everything. Oh, and they can host any event. At a wedding reception, a fundraiser, a board meeting. Remember, Baton Rouge's premier hotel property downtown. It's Watermark Baton Rouge. Check them out at Watermark Baton Rouge.
I definitely trust the lake to take care of my body. Being the smallest person on the court, I just have to be in a lot better shape than everyone else, just being quicker and faster. Just having that trust on and off the court is going to help you win a lot more games.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Investing in a new roof doesn't have to be overwhelming. At Pelican Roofing, we offer 0 interest for 21 months because everyone deserves a safe, secure home. Trusted, local, affordable. Pelican Roofing, making quality roofing affordable for South Louisiana families.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is How We Healthcare.
We continue our conversation with Roman Harper from Radio Row Super Bowl 60, and I asked about two of his former teammates being elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Luke Kuechly with the Panthers, and of course, Drew Brees with the New Orleans Saints.
I'm so happy for both of those guys. They truly both deserve it. Luke, I'll start with Drew. Drew's he's just a special guy, the best competitor, first in, last one to leave. It's exactly what I thought a quarterback is supposed to look like. I don't know about look like, but
physically,
yeah. But the way he worked, his work ethic, his leadership, his accuracy, the way he delivered the football, but every single day, the way I saw him work at it was second to none. And so I remember, I'll never forget. We played Atlanta. He threw 4 or 5 interceptions in the game, and in Atlanta, and we lost the game that year. And he was just distraught. It was the only time I'd ever seen Drew played bad, right? It just doesn't happen. And we come in and everybody's just kind of down, but Drew comes up there and immediately he's like, "Hey guys, look, I let us down. I will work so hard. I will never allow this to happen again. This, that, and other, blah, blah, blah." And immediately everybody's like, we appreciate that, Drew, but dude, we're only reason we even here is because of you. And so don't say that. And we got your back. It doesn't matter. We've lost a lot of games because of everybody else except you. Yeah. And so don't worry about that. And that kind of lets you know exactly who he is. And I was always grateful to be a great teammate. And Drew and I had a special relationship because I always worked out my hardest on Fridays. And that was his big day as well in the weight room. So he'd go through practice, then he'd do all his extra work where he's doing kind of simulating the game in his mind, visualizing it and going through every throw. And he'd move the ball, but he doesn't even have a ball. He's just doing Drew stuff on the field by himself, solo, for 45 minutes after everybody's gone. And then me and him would have certain competitions in the weight room. So we pick 5 games, college games, the over, under, the spread. Purdue always had to be one on there. Okay. So in Alabama always had to be on there. Yeah. So I was already up 2-0 every week, right? Every week I'm up 2-0. So let's just start it there. And then we have a ball roll competition or something crazy in the weight room set up where we compete on that. And we put $100 up every week on and we keep track of it every year. And so we did this for 3 or 4 years. And so we'd always have that. That's a great special relationship I always had with Drew just because of that. And then as far as Luke Kuechly, I'm so happy and pleasantly surprised that he got in when he did in, because I know a lot of people try and say the longevity, how long the career was and things of that nature, but he's the best linebacker I've ever played with. He was special. He was fast. He was so athletic. He is a great person. And my wife would always talk about, because Luke's unnaturally the nicest person you've ever seen in your life. I've never seen anybody so nice as him. He's innocent. He's like a little boy. He
comes off that way.
He is.
It seems genuine.
He caught me talking trash to Roddy White in a game, and he reminds me of the little boy that's in the movie Incredibles. I don't know if you've seen it.
Not a movie guy, but I know what you're talking about. The red suit family with all the shoes. He's gonna laugh at me.
But the neighbor kid.
Right.
But the neighbor kid that's just impressed with everything. That's Luke. He's just excited about everything that he sees all the time, and he would help me. We stayed in the same condo and building downtown when I played there. And he'd literally help me take groceries to my place when I got my kids or something. He's just nice.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy ever. And nobody deserves it more. I was pleasantly surprised that he got in, and that's a credit to him and everything that he built as a linebacker for that Carolina Panthers defense. And he was just so talented. Some of the plays that I saw him do were absolutely amazing. And for him to just be the same guy, so many people are going to be so happy because we all cherish Luke and we all look at him like a little brother that is just the most talented guy we know.
That's really cool. Roman Harper, hey, before you go, respect that you're rocking your Alabama logo. I mean, tough season. You'll keep losing 4 games. You're going to fire your coach after this year. So the fact that you can still rock the crimson and white there, Bama's burning and all that stuff.
Look,
If I get in your algorithm, I'm relentless. Just so you know that. You let me in your algo.
I love that. I've actually double clicked the like too. I don't ghost follow either. I'm not a ghost guy either because it's a lot of ghosters out there that just they see it and you should double click, but they just scroll by. Those are the ghost followers out there. Cam Newton has called them out previously. So yeah, I'm not one of those. I will say this. It's been hilarious to see because Alabama has improved. We were better last year than we were the year before. We went to the playoffs. We actually won a playoff game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like all these
and lost 4 games.
Yeah. And so it was a tough 4 games that they lost. And so look, Alabama fans have the fantasy. They live in fantasy land, right? That they have been so great for so long. College football is not what it was 4 years ago. It's the reason why Nick Saban left. It's the reason why Nick Saban lost 2 games the last 3 or 4 years of his coaching career every year. And so it's hard. I can't wait to see how they continue to build out this thing. And Kalen DeBoer, I like him as a person, but I'll tell you this though, Alabama's got to become tougher. They got to be a tougher team. Physically, they got to get tougher. And then mentally, I think you got to be tougher as well. And I can't wait to see at some point, you got to get some angry guys. I need more angry guys on that sideline. I've been on that sideline a lot. I need more angry guys for Alabama. If you do that, I think the sky's the limit. And they got to find a way to be a more physical run team and be able to stop the run as well. But your coach is I wonder how long is your coach going to be there at LSU? How long is he going to be there?
5 years.
5 years.
Is that fair, you think? 4?
Yeah, okay. You're already coming down. So
4 or 5? Does that sound about right? I mean, I look at a coach's track record. I mean, look at what Lane does. Listen, if Lane stays at LSU for 4 or 5 years and wins a championship and then goes to the NFL or something, thank you. Awesome. Great.
I think there's 0 chance he goes to the NFL, but I could see him be there 5 years. And when he leaves, it's going to go up in smoke because that's just what he does. Like, he can't help it. But if you guys do get a championship, I guess it's worth it.
Isn't it?
You would think so.
Like, that's the point.
Yeah, you would think so. I just don't know if he's going to win one. It's just so hard. And
it is hard.
Because he leaves Ole Miss, and Ole Miss kind of got better.
Ooh. I mean, like, you have to at least acknowledge. And listen, I criticize Lane a lot because he hasn't won anything of significance. He's won 2 Conference USA titles. Like, he still has to prove.
Yeah.
But as the sample size grows, you can change your opinion based on new information. Clemsoning used to be a thing until Dabo won championships.
Correct.
Ryan Day was going to get fired, and then he won a national championship.
And they still may fire him. They still may fire him.
But narratives change as sample size grows.
Yes.
And with Lane, like, that Ole Miss season, he deserves the credit. He built the team. He built the roster. Straight Chambliss offense. Like, he gets credit for that.
I agree.
Like, I'm not impressed that they beat Tulane. The Georgia win was incredible.
Yes, I give Ole Miss in Lane. I just wish Lane would have been more honest. I wish Lane a little bit more transparent. It's like, you know what? Don't talk about all these other coaches making the decision for you. Just say, look, I can recruit more high school players, and I think I have a better chance of winning a national championship at LSU. So that's why I'm going.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want him to be honest and own that, because ultimately he kind of got lucky. Trinidad Chambliss fell into his lap. Nobody thought your backup quarterback was going to be the guy that actually led you to a playoff run.
Doesn't he get credit for recruiting it?
I think he has to. And so, understanding that is like, I think Lane looked at that as like, dude, we're having our greatest season ever when nobody thought we were, because everybody thought the year before was going to be the team.
Should have been, right?
Right. And then all of a sudden we don't. We lose the wrong games. And all of a sudden this year we do. And it's really with a backup Division II championship quarterback that nobody said was going to be our guy, and he's our guy. So we kind of got lucky. So let me strike while the iron's hot. I don't blame him for that. I just wish he'd have been more transparent. He could have handled it better. I think Ole Miss could have handled it better as well. And so that being said, ultimately we'll see what happens, because now with Dabo bringing all the receipts like I've never seen before.
Bro.
At college, I mean, dude, I had never seen that before, and I'm not even mad at Dabo. The dude brought all the receipts, and we're gonna see what happens. I mean, I'm sure Ole Miss has to get punished for something, but we'll see what happens. I don't know.
He's Roman Harper. We got to promote anything? What you got going on? What can we promote for you?
No, dude, I'm good, man.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, just shout me out.
Y'all,
give me a follow. Most of the Louisiana people probably already follow me already.
Double tap him on Instagram because he's not ghost following me. He loves my Bama's burning content, clearly. Roman Harper. Thank you, man.
No doubt.
Great conversation with Roman Harper. We appreciate Roman for his time here. Of course, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us all week from Radio Row here at Super Bowl 60. We are brought to you by Supper Club, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. As a matter of fact, just while we were airing the second half of that Roman Harper interview, I noticed a familiar face. Dunham quarterback Elijah Haven is here. So just got to see Elijah and his dad, Kwame, which is a crazy thing. Kwame's wearing, Elijah's dad is from Atlanta, and he's wearing a 49ers jersey. And I'm like, how can you be a Falcons fan from Atlanta and also like the Niners from when they were in the same division in the old NFC West? But I don't know. That's how things go. Hey, supperclubbtr.com. That's what I was starting to tell you. Supperclubbtr.com. Get your reservations. A week from tomorrow is Valentine's Day. All this coming week, make sure you celebrate Valentine's early. Supperclubbtr.com can help you do it. Supperclubbtr.com. Man, I'm going to tell you, I've had a lot of good meals here in San Francisco. I'm telling you, I'd put that Japanese Omi beef, the Australian Wagyu, any of those Sagrera cuts. I'd put any meal. I mean, the Chilean sea bass, any of it. The crudo, it's incredible. Anything that you want at Supper Club. Just people ask me for X all the time. It don't matter. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. Pick something that's going to be the best meal you ever had. Supperclubbtr.com. Supperclubbtr.com. All right, it's After Further Review, our coverage all week, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. Let me knock out a break. We'll continue. 2 segments to go here from Radio Row on AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. You go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. All different types of injuries. If it's an accident, it's not your fault. You've been injured. You need representation. So go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Listen, it could be car wrecks. It could be big truck wrecks. It could be slip and fall. It could be workers' comp. If you've been injured, you've been inconvenienced as a result, you need to get what you're entitled to. Don't go it alone. You can trust Gordon and his team with offices all over the state of Louisiana. It's so easy, y'all. Just call 888-8888, 888-8888. One more time, 888-8888. Or go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Get in touch with one of Gordon's attorneys on his team. Getgordon.com is the website to call. Get Gordon and get it done.
South Louisiana, it's turnaround season, and River Parish Contractors is calling in the best of the best. We're hiring pipe fitters, iron workers, boiler makers, combo and structural welders, rig welders, carpenters, crane operators, dirt operators, and more. If you're ready to work, ready to earn, and ready to build something that lasts, call Big Jake at 318-547-1000 or go to rpcontractors.com. River Parish Contractors. Let's get building.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better. We heal.
You look better.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
We typically
think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Back from Radio Row, Super Bowl 60, our coverage all week, presented by FMOL Health, and fitting an appropriate tie as we have Brian Jones and Dr. Christina Gavignano with us. Brian Jones, former NFL player, CBS Sports college football analyst, and Dr. Gavignano is going to be a fascinating part of this conversation as well because she has the patent on the first ever CTE drug, which we'll talk about here in a smidge. Brian, Doc, how are y'all? Thank you for the time.
Yeah, we're doing well. Thank you.
Doing outstanding. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's be Super Bowl 60. Brian, I'll start with you. Patriots, Seahawks, feeling early lean on this game, middle of the week?
I'm leaning the new Legion of Boom, the Legion of Boom Redux. That Seattle defense, both of these defense come highly regarded. But what Seattle did this year, it was amazing. I don't think we didn't envision either of these teams being here, right? At the end of the season, the last two standing. But I'm leaning Seattle. If Darnold shows up, the right Sam Darnold shows up, I think they can win. I absolutely love what Drake May has done. I loved him when he was at UNC. He's a true dual threat. I think his leg's going to have to play a lot, play a big role in this contest.
As a college football analyst, could you have foreseen May or Darnold coming out of school being at this point?
Yes. This early for May, no. But, yes, I like Darnold when he was at USC.
Yeah.
He's always been a cool customer. He may not fit the bill. You know, he's not the tallest guy or may not have that physique, but he was always a smart quarterback and always produced. And Drake May, as I said, man, he was a threat as soon as he stepped on campus there for Coach Brown. And so I thought both were perfect as far as their skill sets for this league, and they're proving that thus far.
Dr. Gavignano, where's home?
Home right now is Atlanta, but I was born and raised in Massachusetts.
Oh, so you're did you grow up a Patriots fan?
I did.
So you had to kind of be, right?
And I still am. Hey, but I still have love for the Saints and, you know, watching their quarterback battles this year. It's been fun with first Spencer Rattler and then Chuck came in.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been a lot of fun to see who's going to settle there. You know?
How does someone from Boston who lives in Atlanta like deep dive knowing about the Saints and the quarterback?
Atlanta, you know, that's a rivalry. Man, I had no idea how huge that rivalry was until I went and played for the Saints. And I was like, what? This is a huge rivalry?
Oh, man.
No whatsoever insight into that particular contest. But, man, that's huge.
And it's
love football.
And it's not just Saints Falcons. It's the cities. It's New Orleans and Atlanta. Most anything you talk about with folks in New Orleans, they'll would love to mention 28-3. Like you'll see 28-3 flags all over New Orleans still these days. So, so Doc, for you though, is it more Falcons or is it more Pats?
It's more Patriots. I got to be honest. It's nostalgia. I grew up that way, you know.
It's better that way.
Yeah.
Is that it? What was, I guess, the impetus for you to start working on the CTE research?
So for us, basically started my own PhD work looking at inflammation and finding out inflammation drives so many diseases.
Sure.
And what we've seen is we've done a number of clinical trials with this particular drug. It's actually made by Lilly and approved for other diseases. And my group discovered, invented that it has utility across so many other diseases because inflammation really drives so much. And with respect to CTE and brain diseases, we've seen that it works in our other clinical trials to reduce inflammation in the setting of HIV neurocognitive impairment. And we're now looking at it for depression. And there's a phase 2 for the same class of drug over at Harvard with collaborators of ours for Alzheimer's disease.
Wow.
And so what we're doing is the first sub-study coming up very soon. And we're partnering with the Concussion Foundation and Chris Nowitzki to enroll former NFL players for this first open label study, really get a proof of principle and see if we can reduce the inflammation that causes your cells to not be able to talk to each other. And when they can't talk to each other, they roll up in a ball and die. And you have all these effects. Basically bring that inflammation back down to healthy, normal levels and get people back to life. We want to offer hope.
Brian, how did you get involved?
Well, we have a mutual friend, and I did my research on Dr. Gavignano and all her studies and the success she's had in other areas that she just conveyed. And and the fact that there's hope and promise on the horizon, possibly with her treatment, that got me excited. And I wanted to take part in promoting what she's done and what she's doing. And so that's how we entered into this partnership. And, you know, I play the game. I'm on text threads with former players, and we're all discussing our health. Right. Currently, it's not a stigma anymore to discuss mental health and all the issues in which we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. I always say the first thing that says hi in the morning is inflammation. Something's hurting. And then that goes around, that covers pretty much the entire lot of former players. It was a brutal, violent game, but we loved it because of the violence, and that's why we would partake. So the fact that Doc is on the cusp of possibly, hopefully finding a treatment for those diseases we can't see. These brain injuries we've sustained via concussions or other, walks of life, because this is not just for sports. This is for everyone. Hopefully, if we arrive at the outcome in which we think is possible, so everyone can benefit. But it gives me a lot of excitement. The fact that the Holy Grail may be, right there within our reach.
And so much, even as Doc was just explaining, beyond CTE,
yes,
HIV, about all
those other afflictions, man. Yeah.
Brian Jones and Dr. Christina Gavignano are here with us, Radio Row, from Super Bowl 60, our coverage all week presented by FMOL Health. What was it like playing for Mike Ditka?
Terrible.
Those teams were awful. Well, you got some of the end of Jim Mora, though, right?
Coach Mora was great, man. Coach Mora was fiery. He cared, though. And he coached as such, and he was outstanding. And if you show up, do what you're supposed to do, he left you alone. But he was a hoot, man. I still have some great memories from Coach Mora. With Coach Dick, it was a circus. Let's just say that it was truly.
You were there when Ricky got drafted.
No, I was gone
the year after. 99.
Yeah,
you're right.
He came the year after I was done, and Ricky got drafted into that whole. Speaking of circus, that was a circus. Oh, man, that was crazy. But I thoroughly enjoyed my time in New Orleans. I remember the first booster club. Yes, NFL teams have booster clubs. I was shocked that they did, at least this one. And I remember going to a booster club meeting there in New Orleans, and this elderly lady saunters up to me and starts breaking down coverages. This is different. They really care about ball here, man. Even though the team was down, we had good defenses when I was there. Offensively, we were challenged at a lot of the times, but still, whole host of friends that I keep in touch with from those days. And New Orleans, it's my second city. I'm a Texan at heart, but playing there, it was great fun.
Longhorns are now in the SEC. Texas will come to Baton Rouge this year, take on LSU.
Oh, y'all want some? Come on.
I mean, all I know is LSU's won 3 national titles since 2003, and it's been a hot minute. I mean, VY had a great year.
Well, we won one since then. All right, since 2006.
You want to talk about Joe Burrow in 2019?
Oh, that's right, Joe.
LSU won in 2007.
Great team.
With our guy
and we were there, and my CBS sports work. We were there in Tuscaloosa for that great game back in 2019. What a wonderful atmosphere.
I want to talk about the clinical trials that are getting started here in just a second. One more though. Give me a thought, if you would, on Lane Kiffin at LSU.
Well, one of the premier play callers. He's always had that label because he's fantastic in that regard. And he's going to a program that he's coveted. And now I think the resources are are vast there at LSU, and I think he'll do a wonderful job.
Dr. Gavignano, you does see on the bio that so you're a Harvard grad.
Yes, sir.
Would Harvard ever go all in on NIL and just buy the greatest team ever?
Oh gosh,
They could.
With
Harvard's endowment, they could build a campus out of solid gold and not run out of money. They could buy a roster.
They could. Harvard's actually big with the CTE front. We're collaborating with them, and they have a Mass General and go crosstalk with BU actually for the largest brain bank with Chris Nowitzki's foundation for CTE. And they're all in a lot of ways, especially with brain health. But I don't think they're going to build out the football team.
I think you're probably right. Just different priorities, not good or bad, just different.
Right. Yeah.
So I did see. So clinical trials begin later this month. What do people need to know?
So the clinical trial is opening in Atlanta. That's where we're based. And we're working with the Concussion Foundation, Concussion and CTE Foundation.org for the recruiting.
Can you say that again?
Yes, Concussion and CTE
So
Foundation.
you spell out A-N-D?
Yes, sir.
So concussion
and CTE.
And CTE
Foundation.org.
Foundation.org.
And they're handling the recruitment of former NFL players. And it's really a proof of principle to see if we can't bring down those inflammatory markers like we have with other diseases. And from there, we'll be able to jumpstart much larger trials and get to folks not only from the NFL, but maybe college and other sports and anyone that may fall in this category who's even not a professional athlete.
Incredible. Go Tigers and who dat, by the way. Brian.
I ain't saying that unless you give me some mud bugs.
Oh, no, we can make that happen.
Oh, I love me some
in,
mud bugs.
Maybe not in San Francisco, but we're getting into
we can
season
find
now.
some here, right? We're in season. I just had some in Tyler, Texas a couple weeks ago.
I was about to say,
they're here, baby.
They're here. Oh, they've been here. They've been in Louisiana since January. Late December.
Now, is it true? I remember this from my New Orleans days. It's all the months with an R, right? You can get them, supposedly.
Ribs, do you know that? I hadn't heard that before.
Never heard that. I got that from New Orleans. All the months with an R.
Or is that the ones that?
Yeah.
I just know for the cold weather months.
Yes.
Till about the end of March Madness is when, and then in June you're getting into crab season. I don't know.
Right. June. That's April.
Yeah.
March Madness. And so May, June, July, August.
Yeah, you're out.
Forget about it. Now they come back around possibly September.
And I ain't eating crawfish in September. I'll tell you, that's way too early, man. December feels early.
It's never too early. I could eat them every day.
Well,
got my technique down.
Too small. That's the problem.
Yeah, that'd be too small. You're right.
You
got your technique down? Everyone talks, it's too much work. No, it's not.
Oh, man.
Twist that tail, suck the head, pinch it, and pull it.
Lived my whole life in Louisiana.
Come on, you better have it down.
I better, man. They would excommunicate.
There you go.
Brian Jones and Dr. Christina Gavignano here from Radio Row. Our coverage brought to you by FMOL Health. Thank you both for the time.
Welcome.
What a great way to make our way almost to the finish line here from Radio Row. We are brought to you by South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com. SouthPointVW.com. They sell more Volkswagens than anyone, meaning they can give you a better deal than anyone. It's at South Point Volkswagen. And, of course, they got the best selection as well. So what that means is if you're looking for a certain model, body style, certain features, of course our friends over at South Point Volkswagen have it. They can find it for you. It's at South Point Volkswagen. Of course, I'll give you the best deal as well. SouthPointVW.com, SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? Okay, y'all, it's after further review. We got one segment to go here from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60, presented by FMOL Health. It's been a great week, and we'll wrap it up when we come back here on, on Radio Row. We will give you our final predictions for Super Bowl 60 with the Seahawks and the New England Patriots. We'll do that to wrap up next here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. You are never far from a Shawbills location. Hey, remember, our friends over in Youngsville are looking to hire a trained, experienced technician at Shawbills in Youngsville. So you can log on ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. You get information, contact information, all that stuff. Swing by. If you live in Youngsville, near Youngsville, or might live in Youngsville, one of the fastest growing communities in Louisiana, Shaw Bills has a monster bonus plan, great benefits, 5-day work week, and an awesome company that's been locally owned and operated since 1968. It's Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. Go to ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling.
Dr. Johnson, that's my guy. He gonna tell me when I need to do better. He gonna tell me when I need to slow down. And I trust him 100%. The medical care that I receive at LSU and with Our Lady of the Lake is top tier. I really trust what they telling me, and they keep me right.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email LockeMeredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
Okay, and what is our goal?
Less than 110.
That's right, less than 110.
We teach. We laugh. We pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, please guide our hands during this procedure.
Hey, how we feeling today?
I'm feeling better.
We heal.
You look better. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We do all things
I got you. No way.
with great love. FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here from Radio Row Super Bowl 60 team meeting. Everybody in.
Everybody in.
Riv,
Put your hands
Huey, Ross, Jackson, gang's here. Good work this week.
The gang goes to San Francisco.
That's right. Here we are. Rivs, what was your favorite part of the week?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love hanging out with y'all during the day. But I also like going to parties, so that's been my favorite part.
Rivs went and did she went and did Super Bowl. Ross and I did not.
Nope.
Ross and I were like, I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
I mean, this morning when I was like fighting for my life, I considered that maybe you were the smarter decision makers, but I'm turning a corner.
Ross and I rode a Waymo.
We did a Waymo. I was going to say,
Oh, wait, how was
that?
that?
100% one of my favorite parts.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I posted the video, and Ross and I were both so dumb. We're both videoing inside the Waymo, and then we're videoing each other, videoing the Waymo.
Right. There's actually on mine, because Matt actually used the light on his phone, where I turn to look at him, he turns to look at me, and so then my camera just explodes with light the entire way through. But it was great.
What about?
I think just seeing people, though. I mean, like, to be honest, and this applies to this room and those parties. I mean, it's the same thing. I think the Super Bowl is such a fun sort of hodgepodge of not just athletes or sports media people, but just anybody who's influencing anything.
Yeah.
And so it's like when I went to the party the other night, I told you it was like strange. I was looking around. I was like, all right, like normal person, Matt James from The Bachelor, normal person, Mark Cuban. It was just like a weird, and like everyone's like, sponsored by someone. Although I'm really disappointed. I tried my hardest to get somebody who was sponsored by porkrinds.com, and I just couldn't make it happen.
You love pork rinds?
I love pork rinds.
I didn't know.
If porkrinds.com, I know y'all are watching.
That's
You're
right.
looking for new influencers.
I'm going to tell you, I don't ever complain about being at a media thing where they give you free stuff, right? Because you'd have to pay for it or whatever. A little lean here, man. You had to go
Could
up.
use a little more free stuff, guys.
Well, my point, you had to go up to like 10,000 feet in the air up the two most giant escalators. Very inconvenient to get up there just to get crappy canned water.
Yeah.
And
Assuming it was stocked.
Look, and if you haven't
bad coffee,
already,
and all they had were like Rice Krispie treats and apples.
if you haven't already,
I
you
don't want
should
any of
read
this.
Ross's piece on LouisianaSports.net.
Yes, shout out.
About our experience here and the difference in this one and in New Orleans. But I
Which
feel
includes
like
insight from a lot of people who aren't us too, like a lot of media members from around.
I feel like New Orleans was so much different. There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We had a table full of stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
And it was a Super Bowl in a city that felt like it was a Super Bowl in the city that it was in.
Yeah.
If that made any sense.
LA, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
Do it big, LA.
Yeah.
Steal a line from the Pels. Remember when Pels were hashtag do it big?
Do it big.
But hashtag do it big looked like dolt big. Because there was a capital
That's what
I.
it is now.
So it looked like DOLT, dolt big. Dolt
tracks.
big. Okay, so we got 90 seconds left. Who's going to win the Super Bowl and why? We'll actually talk about the Super Bowl for the first
all week.
Can you, as a person, do you find yourself cheering for the Patriots?
I
find that tough.
Well,
our neighbors were big Patriots people.
They were. And I guess there's a lot of LSU.
And they were tough.
There's a lot of LSU players who play for the Patriots.
I would like to see the LSU guys have success. And by the way, I hate the Seahawks. I mean, Beastquake, and then in 2010, some great Saints teams. Like they had a rough go with those Legion of Boom era. So like, there's nothing in Seattle that I cheer for at all. So I kind of would like to see Will Campbell and those guys, and I think Keyshawn. I keep having to like shake myself. Remember, Keyshawn Booty's 23.
That's amazing. Like
23.
That's wild.
Yeah, it feels like
what I would give.
Yeah, right. but just because he's been in our awareness for so long, like it just feels older than that. Okay, so we got we're running out of time. Pick
Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks as well. I'm rooting for Rashid Shaheed.
I am going.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm picking Seattle as well. So congratulations to the New England Patriots on winning your 11 bajillion Super Bowl.
Take the screenshot.
Yeah, for real. That's just how it's going to go. All right, hey, we appreciate sincerely FMOL Health. Like, we don't get to do cool stuff like this and bring you all content at places like this without great sponsors that make it happen. And our friends at FMOL Health stepped up big to send us here, so we're thrilled. Muse Pauly back in studio. Great job all week. We appreciate y'all sincerely. Have a great one. See you Monday.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about our friends at Parish Construction and Roofing. And by our friends, I mean like me at Parish Construction and all of our great team at Parish Construction and Roofing. I've been teasing it all week. Coming up on Sunday, big announcement. You can sort of get the teases on our social media at Parish Built, at Parish Built, at Parish Built, at Parish Built. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn, all over. Gigantic announcement coming up on Super Bowl Sunday, and we're excited about it. But most importantly, if you have issues with your roof, we'd love to help you out. Roof repairs, replacements, commercial, residential. We do gutter, soft wash, all of it. And if you want, I can help you. Just email me or text me or tweet me, and I'd love to facilitate and help get our crews out there to help you out. Love being locally owned and operated, serve the community. We serve all of Louisiana, so go to parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. As we say, do business with someone you know, Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. Earned both on the court and off. And every step along the way, I trust Our Lady of the Lake to keep me in the game.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes, because it takes a champion to care for champions.
On the court, I trust my team. For my health care, I trust the lake.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Make Raising Cane's the first stop for your second line. Get extra saucy with a Cane's doubloon for just $1 that scores you extra cane sauce through April 3rd with any purchase. Let the good times roll this Mardi Gras with Raising Cane's. One love.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.